Okay, just about ready now. Sorry, we're a little bit late. I was having some PlayStation issues. Um, you only got three little viewers. Street, of course, is here. Big up the number one fan, Street Poo. Oh, he has a scrim. That's a shame. Just waiting for the final LAGr boys to get in, and we're probably ready to go ahead, assuming the two teams are ready. Um, let's have a look at the maps today. See if we can get anything from that. So, I know first map is Oregon, which historically is a really good LAGr map, but they did just lose it a couple of days ago in the semi-final of RL. Oh, look who we have here. It's a Pricey. Come join us for the
Hello.
stream. So I was just saying, Pricey, that historically Oregon is a really good map for LAGr, but
It
our
was.
recent result in the RL semi-final would say otherwise. So, I still think Oregon favors LAGr for this series, but they're gonna have to do something. They're gonna have to work harder than usual anyway to win it.
Yeah, I would agree.
Um, Cafe is actually the complete opposite. LAGr are terrible at Cafe, and I'm allowed to say that because I am LAGr.
You are allowed to say that.
Um, and then the third map is Club, which I think would be good on Club, to be honest. But then I don't know much about how Lite will play on Club, so this series could very well go 1-1, and then it will come to the overtime map, and we'll see.
Yeah, I don't really know how much. I don't know much about Light, to be honest. I didn't know they picked up Speedy. That's a new one to me.
Yeah, I mean Speedy is a pretty good player. Played on DC, and as you can see from the scoreboard here, Finn and Speedy used to play together, so I guess both teams have a little bit of information on each other through that. I don't think Speedy was with DC for that long, to be fair, but
I
yeah,
think
I know
they
he's a good player.
doesn't Brew know this team really well? I think he is
Yeah.
friends with a few
So
of their players.
yeah, Jordan, aka Brewlager, is very close friends with a few of the light players, especially Amazar and Jamie. But Jamie doesn't seem to be playing today. I think he's been held late at work, which is a shame. But luckily they've got subs to cover for them. Um, I'm just going to quickly hop into game chat, see if we are ready to go. Howdy,
Yeah, we are.
boys.
Hello.
You guys ready to go?
Pussy isn't talking.
Fuck, they said they're gonna target ban me.
Oh no, we ain't target banning you.
Are you both ready? Yeah. I'll start as soon as
Yeah,
possible.
we're ready.
I'll go on.
My toasty's nearly ready. Can we hold on?
Of course he's talking about Tosi. I knew.
Yeah, we're
Hey,
ready.
Speedy.
All right, boys. Have fun and good luck.
Then good luck.
Oh,
I'm
no,
gonna
my
start.
I really hope I've got the settings right because it has been a long time since I streamed. Pretty sure I did. Pretty sure I did.
The classic caster messes up the settings. Probably have
Yeah.
a rehost.
Yeah. Starting sides do look to be right. We do have LAGr attacking first. And something that you guys might have heard in the game lobby there is that Jordan from LAGr is expecting a target ban on the Wami. Possibly an IQ or Amaru for the G8, but they actually have gone with Monty instead, so I don't think that's going to hurt LAGr too much. A Monty ban, if I'm completely honest.
No, I don't think so. There's a couple that could play Monty, but don't bring it out that often. Maybe more just a comfort ban for Light. They don't want to go against it.
Yeah, and then the Thatcher ban, as probably many people would have guessed.
Classic.
A very common ban for LAGr on this map, and so's the mirror as well, taking her off the board. Can't be bothered to deal with any black mirror windows. I mean, this is the ban I'm most looking forward to. Let's see if they ban Wami. Or Wamai, to be said correctly. It's actually
It's whammy.
it's actually a vigil ban, which we
is
have
strange.
used before, but I don't think that's anything of a target ban. I think maybe they're just conscious of the fact that Oregon is a fairly big map, I guess.
Yeah.
And they don't want to be bothering with any vigil.
Yeah,
Sneaky
you can
vigil
roam
plays.
pretty easily on this map. I think with the two kitchen base sites, the basement roam is pretty good. You can move around to different parts of the map very quickly, go into the basement. So maybe just taking the vigil off the board so they can actually get the info on the roamer.
Yeah, for sure. Looking like a pretty standard defense up here using the current kind of 20-second meta with the shields. Although the Wami is now gone for a Goyo. So that could change things. We'll see if the smoke is playing shield. I assume he is. So that's going to be at least 3 shields on the board.
I
At
would
least
guess
2
so.
with Goyo, 3 with smoke.
Defenders, protect your bombs from being defused by attackers.
It's a little bit puzzling coming off the what's it called, Wami? But I guess it is all part of their plan.
Yeah, I mean, I think a lot of teams like to just dump shields into bunker. Really, if you can get a Goyo and maybe smoke shield or something all looking in there, and then you can put the other Goyo somewhere else. But, yeah, a lot of teams like to dump the utility in there. So
Yeah, I agree with that. I mean, currently we actually don't see anything of the sort. We do have rotate made.
10 seconds
Okay,
remaining.
a little bit of a late setup here, but plenty of time. Doesn't make it too risky.
5 seconds.
I like this though. What I'm seeing here, this long line of sight all the way from pillar to blue.
Attackers must locate and
That's
defuse
usually
the
a
bomb.
double reinforcement, but we'll see what their plan is here. If they're planning on using this Goyo to take these gunfights,
Attackers drop the diffuser.
he does have the TTSG, so I guess it has an ACOG, but it's notoriously bad, so we'll see. We'll see how it goes. I think Pricey will be, yeah, he has a fire alarm going off. Let's hope he doesn't,
Bomb located by attackers.
if he hasn't burned his toast too much. He'll be back with us shortly, I guess. So, not to spoil our strats too much, but I do know that LAGr do like to play this site by attacking bunker and attacking big tower, and that's exactly what we're seeing at the moment. Some pretty good drone work coming in. But they do look a little bit puzzled by this setup. I mean, players seem to all be in position, but it's what they're going to do with this positioning that's going to matter. Goyo is playing in a pretty risky position. If this Goyo can... Oh yeah, there it is. There's a fear even. Picking up the Goyo. I think that was a little bit of an oversight there from the Goyo. And Finn just being super aggressive, peeking straight into the shield. And somehow still wins it. That's great. 3v5 here with this reinforcement open because they haven't been able to get back in time to reinforcement is very big. I mean, from this one position Finn's holding, he can cut off, rotates all the way back to the site. I mean, all he has to do is stand exactly where he is now and hold this angle. And LAGr's still playing it smart. They got time on the board, drones coming in, setting up some air jabs to deny the flanks even further, even though they have position. But that's a nice shot from Amazar. Not quite a one tap, but almost onto a mega of the Zafir. Not sure what the execute is here. Looks like they are prepping for it, and they've left diffuser in spawn. That is... What?
I think Freda just realizing that he doesn't have it. I think he just went to plant.
Attackers recover the
Yeah, I think that's also just what happened, but I'm confused about how it even got there in the first place.
That is a real mistake.
It is, but I'm confident they're still going to make something of this. With this position Finn has, I mean,
Yeah.
although
Just holding
now
on,
those
holding
smokes
weight
coming
on
in is huge. For me, I want to be planting by this box right here because the smoke is probably not going to get to you. I think that's exactly what Frey might do here, actually. Pretty risky play there, but if they don't have any intel on where this plant's going down, they are going to get it. But then, oh, the Maestro, that's so unfortunate. Didn't quite see the planter there. It now is a 1v3, and I don't think he's got this round. That was almost a huge throw from LAGr with the diffuser. I don't know what was going on there, but Maestro not quite got the game sense to see that, and Finn just finishing it up there. Good round for LAGr, other than the one huge mistake they made, but
Yeah.
I don't really know what else to say. That was a weird round.
Yeah, it was a pretty interesting hold, I guess, from Lite, but Omega just walked down the tower stairs, and as soon as he picked off that person in pillar, the crossfire was gone. So Finn was just able to run in aggressively and take the guy out in bunker.
Yeah, and I do like the idea that came through. I mean, you can see why that strat's set up like that. Is you have a nice little crossfire from that shield in bunker, and you can play someone pillar. But the reality is, pillar's not the most versatile position. It's kind of a death spot. You always have a shield there to protect you, but you can't really move much. And so I don't think there's much trade potential or even crossfire potential from that position. But I like the idea behind it. I think maybe a few tweaks in that strat could really be something.
Well, looks like they're bringing the
Attackers need to
same operator
locate and
line again.
defuse as many bombs as they can.
Yeah, and they are going back to the basement, so they want to give this another try.
I wonder if maybe they don't realise why the
Bomb
attack stalled
located
out
by
for so long.
attackers.
Maybe they may think that round went better.
Yeah, I think you're right, actually. There's no way they would be reading into the fact that Diffuser was left in the spawn there when we were about to execute. Maybe it was deliberate from LAGr, who knows? To put Lite off the trail of how effective that attack strategy actually was for them, but
5 seconds remaining.
yeah, this looks to me like an identical setup.
Attacker's objective is to defuse a bomb.
Guayo coming in to put that last shield down. How's your delay on the stream, Pricey?
It is god awful.
Yeah, I thought so. Yeah, apologies for having to stream to YouTube here, guys. My PS4 was having a bit of a nightmare.
That's fine. I'll
Broadcasting
just
to Twitch.
shut up when all the shot calling's going on. Just chipping in between rounds and stuff.
Sure thing. Finn's doing exactly the same thing as he did last time, pushing straight into a tower. Ooh, goes for that one tap and just narrowly misses there. It's a little bit unlucky, but I think he was a bit hopeful to get that one off. Omega is actually solo entering into tower now. It does look like he has someone approaching behind him shortly after, but joining himself, sees the position of that Goyo again. Sounds like some air jabs are nice and set up as well for this. I think Finn has just made a really nice play to get himself into deep bunker, because now this crossfire that was established is completely gone, and the Goyo is isolated over by pillar. He's actually fallen back. TTSG is hard to handle. I'm gonna forgive him for that, but can't quite pick up the player sitting on the tower stairs. I think Omega is actually quite fortunate to get away with his life there. I think 2 players were after him. Almost damages his teammate in the process of getting that Goyo shield, but again, LAGr in a really nice position to set up here. These Maverick Coals are basically doing the same thing that Finn did last time with the open reinforcement, but actually, in my opinion, in a safer manner. And there's one pick from Jordan, a lovely headshot through the Maverick Coals. Really not much you can do about this. Plant's going down, another one for Finn. Just a 3v5 now, and Lite push back so deep in sight, there's nothing they can do here. You going for a late rotate, destroys the Nomad jab, but Omega picking off one on site. 5v2 now, this could easily be flawless for LAGr. Oh, not quite. Speedy picks up one, and not sure what Amazar's doing. He's still just playing pretty passive, waiting for these flanks to come in, and he gets picked off. That's really unlucky now. This is almost certainly a LAGr round. And there it is. Flank a little bit too late to make any impact on the round. A great execute from LAGr, to be honest.
Yeah, same execute again. They just walk down the tower stairs, sneak into bunker, the crossfire's gone, and they take site control. Exactly the same as the round before, really.
Yeah, and I think what you said before about Lite maybe thinking that they had more of a hold on that site than they actually did was pretty obvious in that round.
Yeah, I think
LAGr
so.
dismantled them pretty easily. I mean, five players alive in close plant. I know it went into I think they got 1 pick, maybe 2 picks by the end of the round, but they were kind of pointless frags. The round was pretty much won by then.
It's a nice idea to cover the bunker reinforcement off when you back off through the rotate and you reinforce over it. And they place the mute jammer there as well to stop anyone from breaching it, but It was a good play from the Maverick just to put the holes in the wall and hold the angles through the Maverick holes instead. You don't need to breach that wall and open it. You can just hold through
Defenders,
the
protect your
Maverick
bombs
holes.
from being defused by
Yeah, and
attackers.
that's the beauty of Maverick and kind of the power of Maverick. That's why the power in him really lies, is that there's not actually any counter to allowing him to open up a wall like that. There's some counters to Maverick tricking, you could argue, you know, C4s, electricity can nip at the heels of Maverick when he's doing that, but little holes like that, there's really nothing you can do about that. Other than maybe play the Maverick holes aggressively, maybe whip your mute or smoke on them and just try get some picks. But yeah, that
Yeah,
Maverick
I guess those
position is
holes
very
do it
strong.
both ways. So
5 seconds left before insertion.
A smart decision to go back up to kids though for now, and I'm liking the look of their setup. It looks pretty standard. They got a nice operator lineup here. Castle is something that you don't always see. We're seeing a couple of castle barricades set up on the kids' window, double window, and I'm not 100% sure where the other. Okay, they got another one on attic window, so they're just trying to slow down the attackers more than anything with that castle pick.
I do wonder if we're going to see the Bandit try and trick Attic, or if he's just going to play somewhere else and give it to him for free.
For now, it doesn't seem so. Bandit playing at top white stairs. Probably, if he's going to be tricking, it's going to be the master wall, but that is a little bit harder to trick. They actually have two players in the basement here with Speedy and Macy. Not quite sure what that's about. I think maybe that was unplanned because you see Speedy running as fast as he can back to site. They realised they didn't really have much site presence there. So far what's going on is just some early drone work. You know, we're not that far into the round. This is to be expected, but attackers do have attic open. That's pretty good efficiency. Still 2 minutes-ish left in the round. It's going to be about how they push attic now and what they do with the master side. That's a little bit unlucky to have one thermite tricked, but because they have double hard breach, I don't think it's going to make too much difference.
Yeah,
Bandit
the
a little bit
standards-
late with the trick and a team kill comes in. That is unlucky. Rex just pre-firing that Bandit as he runs away and Finn walks straight in front of him.
Airdrop planted.
Oh, yeah, that is unlucky.
Bandit has taken quite a few shots though, but you know he's still a gun alive, and that's pretty big. Macy picks up one more into Omega. That's the guy playing over in tower. The Bandit has narrowly escaped with his life there. I'm not sure how that air jab didn't go off, and I'm not sure how Rex hasn't picked up that kill. That's unlucky. There's still two players below at least. Neither with a C4 in it, I think. Oof, that's unlucky. I mean, this is completely different to how the other two rounds have gone. We're left with Frey in a 1v5 now. This is pretty much a lost round. He's gonna go for something a bit crazy though. Rotate below. 30 seconds on the board. I think we're all just this round to be over at this point, but we'll see what happens. Frey's just gonna go and save his life, I think. Talk about how they can attack that better in the next couple of rounds. I think that's a smart move, to be honest.
15 seconds left.
No point wasting time trying to win this one.
10 seconds left.
I'm quite surprised that they were able to Bandit trick the main wall.
5
Obviously,
seconds left.
I mean, you just said that it's a little harder to do because the floor below it is soft, and Finn was down there, and I think Rex was too, so
Operators, you are
really
out of
shouldn't have
time.
been able to get away with that Bandit trick.
Yeah, I think ultimately that round was down to a lot of oversights from LAGr and some pretty kind of cheeky smart plays from Lite to abuse the kind of brain dead plays from LAGr, to put it bluntly. I think they had two players below watching that Bandit, and the result was a Bandit trick and a team kill, which should not be happening. Equally, you had the two guys pushing Attic, which failed fairly miserably. You know, Attic is hard to push. I'm not saying they played it really badly, but having two players picked off on Attic isn't ideal.
Ooh, meeting kitchen, different site.
Yeah, I think that's
Attackers
actually
need
a
to
very
locate
wise
and
decision.
defuse bombs.
They've obviously realised that that laundry bomb site is not the one to take against LAGr. the efficiency of their attack the second time around was pretty much flawless. And then they managed to turn it around by leaving Laundry, so I don't see why they shouldn't just stay away from Laundry another time.
I'm interested to see if Lite go with the FOD specialist strat of dumping Jaegers and utility into the top floor of tower and just holding on to that for as long as possible.
10 seconds
Yeah, that is
remaining.
a FOD verified, certified strat. I don't think,
5
doesn't
seconds
look
to
for
insertion.
now that that's going to be happening. It actually looks like they're going to be giving up
Attackers are moving
Big
out to
Tower.
locate
They're
a
even
bomb and
leaving
defuse
Attic
it.
soft, which is puzzling. But they've reinforced the hatch in Attic, so, you know, something for the attackers to worry about a little bit. But with Thermite and Maverick on the board, I don't think that's going to make too much difference.
Not really a site either that many teams are used to attacking. You don't see this one played too often, so I'm quite interested to see how LAGr will go about pushing this objective.
Yeah, and like we said, LAGr did play this map yesterday, if I'm not mistaken. And when they did attack this site the one time, they did not do it well. They did pretty miserably. They also were set up in a pretty similar way to how they are now, attacking Big Tower. So, you know, if history is anything to go by, this could actually be a 2-all.
There is no upstairs presence though at all. Like Attic is a free take right now, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, and I think LAGr might have realised that actually the drones coming in, they didn't really drone that far, so they're definitely aware of that, but the hatch is now open, and it looks like the breach is about to be open, other than the fact that it's mute jammed. I'm going to make light work of that, no pun intended. Oh, what a juicy C4 that was. That has almost undoubtedly won the round there. No hard breach left on the board. That was actually both hard breaches in one. This is just going to have to be some weird-ass plays from LAGr to get anything out of this.
Did that go up through Attic hatch?
I think it hit the floor where typically a mute jammer would be, or bandit batteries for the attic wall, and the shrapnel changes probably allowed that to propagate through to the floor in Big Tower T2 to get the double kill. Oh, Finn missing some shots there onto the Jaeger. He's actually on 25 health, so took a few bullets. It's weird that they're aware of Finn's position, but they don't seem to be doing anything about it. That proximity mine will quickly change that, though. It does look like they're going to go for a big tower take, and then, as we say, though, Omega then rotates all the way back. See, there's no drones here. This is going to be kind of just face checking, running in, seeing what they can do here. Finn gets a nice pick, though. And what they're doing here could work. It looks like they're going to be going for a meeting plant close to the breach. It's all on Finn to cover this plant, which he may be able to do.
5 seconds left.
And now it's a 2v3. This is completely winnable. Post plant, 2v2. Finn picks up another. This is a great round for him on a triple kill. Actually on for the ace as well. Rex is just going to fall back, play this a bit more passively. I think that's the smart play, while Finn can get to work going for his ace. Can't quite manage to get it since it gets picked up, and they're in a nice position for the post plant here. They can quite easily cover. Rex just has to go for the... Oh, Rex unlucky. The smoke able to whip out his shotgun just in time, and you know, I think that was actually a really nice attempt from LAGr to go for the round. Congratulations to Lite for winning it. They should have done, but that was closer than I expected.
Yeah, I would have said that round was completely lost when the C4 came out, and for a little while I think LAGr looked quite confused about what they wanted to do, but eventually just decided on all-out aggression, let's just take the site and get the plant down.
Yeah, and luckily for LAGr, those two losses on the bounce do mean that Lite are going to opt to go back to Laundry, and it looks like the same strat again.
Yep, same setup.
Which, you know, could definitely favour LAGr. Although here's the switch from mute to Wami.
Okay,
I like that.
That's a good change. Yeah.
Yeah, I like that a lot. Mute wasn't. I don't think Mute was doing much for them.
Mute was
that
doing
site, to be
nothing for
honest.
them really. Maybe denying a little bit of droning, but
Mhm.
you know, like we said with the wall, it was just efficient at Maverick holes,
Defenders,
and you do
protect your
open
bombs
it.
from being
So
defused by attackers.
Yeah.
that's a good change. I like that.
And the reality is they're likely to lose bunker in the round. That having this whammy on the board as well gives you another shield. I think that's 4 shields on the board now. And it gives you extra protection for those shields. So LAGr are going to have to be smart with their utility to clear bunker. Because it's definitely going to be a lot harder.
Attackers have located a bomb. 10 seconds to go.
Kind of
5
interested
seconds
to see why this shield is placed in this doorway and not close to pillar. There must be a reason. I think it probably gives you a little bit more protection because it does, cover the whole crouch level from bunker. But
Yeah, I think the shield plays into having that red wall open. If it wasn't there, then you very easily be able to get shot to that wall. They could use something to play behind AS, but.
looks like they've done fairly well to burn out the utility there, and I'm not sure what destroyed that Goyo shield. I think that might have actually been done by the Wami a little bit early, to be honest. Oh no, there was 2 shields there? I'm not sure what happened there. Goyo is playing very aggressive here though, so we're going to see if the 2 players on pillar can make anything of this. Finn gets pick on the speedy, which is exactly what he should be doing. Omega missing a few shots there. I think that's unfortunate, but trade comes in for Finn and Jordan on the Maverick. The Maverick is a huge pick for this attack. They're going to be very worried about that, I should have said. Or are they going to adapt? Thermite may have to use his breach deep bunker as well, which opens you up to a flank, not just lines of sight. Still a man advantage here, and a bit of mid-round droning coming in. First Thermite charge going down. Frey eats a little bit of bullets after that. But Omega picks up the Maestro who was hurting Frey so bad. And Omega with a double kill there. 1v4 now. This is probably an easy win. If they know this player is Freezer, they just have to hold a cross on him. And this is a nice round. Doesn't look like they do know though. Maybe Rex knows, and there's Finn with the last kill. Again, a really efficient attack for LAGr.
Yeah, I'm not sure if it's LAGr the good attack in this, or if it's LAGr the bad defend it.
Yeah, it's hard to say when they're sticking to this one strategy, which has failed them time and time again. At a certain point, you have to say...
Is that a 3-2 split too? Or is it
it's a 3-2 split currently. Not split, it's 3-2 currently. Yeah, I mean, at a certain point, you have to say it's the strat if it's just constantly being lost. If Lite were adapting and the same result was happening, I'd say it's LAGr's attacks that are doing very well. But yeah, I think it's a little mix of both, maybe more towards the side of Lite not being able to defend Laundry very well.
But they are back at base now. I'm quite interested to see how LAGr go about attacking this, if they get the wall open this time.
Yeah, you see a sick pick coming in from Rex there from Nomad onto the sledge. Not quite sure what the thinking behind that is. I'm not against that change at all. But
yeah,
I think they're just thinking that Nomad isn't really bringing them anything. Maybe they just want a bit of extra nades to help with clearing ADSs, to help with getting people out of those little tricky spots. Maybe the sledge is going to go attic, use his nades.
Yeah, I think it's
to try
we've played
clear
5
attic.
rounds now. Has a single agent gone off yet?
Not that I know of.
I don't
think
so.
at all.
So not a bad change. It puts Rex on a nicer gun. Something he's more comfortable on, I would say.
I think the one time I saw an air jab in play in any way was one of the Laundry defenses, where the Mute had to use a C4 to burn it so that he could flank. But again, it's not a big impact. It maybe wasted 4 seconds while the Mute ripped his C4, and it wasted a C4, but I don't know. I think the sledge will do more for them.
Well, I do know when they play Argo, because it is me who plays it. So
Yeah, and maybe LAGr were just coming into this thinking that they wouldn't be as proficient at holding flanks and knowing enemy positions as they were. Oh, an early pick on
Defender has
Finn.
left the
Not sure
designated
why
safe
he's
zone.
so close to objective there without any support, but it's traded out. Well, actually, trades go back and forth. It's 3v4 now in favour of the defenders. Another bad start for LAGr on the attack of Kid's bedroom.
Attackers
This
drop
is
the
now
diffuser.
getting embarrassing for LAGr in this round as Macy goes for a run out and gets the thermite. I think they've realised, hey guys, why don't we just play aggro on them? They're not ready for that.
Oh yeah, that was a very compliment. I was brave to come flying up the
Wow.
master bedroom door.
I don't know if Lite are aware of this, but the only players left are in Acid, Big Tower. Which, if Lite can become wise to this is very easy to stop them pushing. Looks like Brew might go for a rotate, but there is a castle barricade here if I'm not mistaken. He's going to destroy that with an nade. Looks like a C4 just came from below, so they know someone's there. You're going to have to make some plays here, and I anticipate Jordan's going to make a volt here and go for this pick on the smoke. He may even just go for the nade, actually, which the nade lands at his feet, and it doesn't quite do enough damage to finish off the kill there. That is unlucky. Because of that, the LAGr is going to fall off. Bandit and Zofia having a little fight over there on the flank watch. This Bandit is making a lot of problems for LAGr because basically making it a 1v3 and then a 1v1. LAGr can't really set up for any trades, any crossfires, anything like that. Oh, Jordan with a nice flick onto the smoke, but he only gets downed. And if Omega isn't careful here, he is going to get picked up by the Maestro here where his position. And that looks like it's the round done. Do they know that the... If this is clutch, this is insane. No, okay. They go down. They knew that the other player was down, they just needed a bit of information relayed there, and Lite get a pretty convincing round, to be honest, despite some potato from the Bandit at the end. We love to see it.
Yeah, I think a bit misguided information there from LAGr, because Finn just hopped in, was it Classroom, I think, below, and
Yeah.
just got picked off straight away. They obviously didn't have any information on where the defenders were around there, and I think there was two of them downstairs to stop them just coming in like that.
Yeah, I think a bit of reminiscing from the round before came in, and they thought, hey guys, we could have easily got Breach open what we did last time. It was just, you know, we were a bit stupid and we got a team kill. Let's just do the same again. This time we'll get it right. But actually, Lite adapted and had, I think, maybe two or
Lite
three
went
players
straight into that.
ready for Classroom, and they just zoned in on Finn on the Ash straight away and took him out. And then some crazy jump outs that one of them got denied, but then the other picked up the thermite, and after that it was not looking good at all.
Attackers need to locate
Not an
and
awful
defuse
split
as many
though,
bombs
3-3.
as they
That's
can.
pretty good for Oregon. What was the split yesterday? I think that was 3-3 as well, though, wasn't it? And that didn't
Yeah.
end so well. So
It didn't end well. LAGr definitely had a bad time defending on this map. It is a slightly different lineup than what we saw yesterday.
Attackers have located a bomb.
But, you know, I think the game yesterday was an interesting one because LAGr looked so good before the split, and then it all crumbled. So I think it's kind of going to be a little bit momentum-based, these defenses. If we can pick up the first round, get some confidence in our defenses,
I would
I
agree.
think we could carry it through. If we start losing rounds early, I think momentum is going to have a big part to play with the way this match finishes. Just a little bit of trivia for you. Before yesterday's match, LAGr were unbeaten on Oregon in all competitions except from one draw against 1-2.
You want to. Rejuvenation
Rip,
League.
rest in peace. We love you, Cam. But yeah, so then they did actually lose it for the first time ever yesterday, and now they're here again. That's probably in the back of their minds thinking, have we lost it on Oregon? Are we still a good Oregon team? I guess they're here
maybe
to
a
prove
little
it.
bit of psychological play coming in.
Yeah, absolutely. Lite are very split up here, which isn't necessarily a bad thing. You can pinch this site from quite a few different locations, but it's only the Nomad in Big Tower at the moment. I've no idea why that's only there on his own. Finn gets droned and makes a smart play to just go downstairs, although saying that, he is going to re-peek top of tower. I think he does want to get aggressive here, but he hears that air jab, doesn't really want to push it. Pretty slow start here, and there goes Rex. Picked up in top white stairs. I think that's from big window. Yeah, it was. Sophia taking a bit of bullets. So it looks like it was a bit of a gunfight that just went the way of Lite that time. And here comes the impact trick. The Maverick trick, sorry. Onto the attic wall with only a minute 15 left. This is actually kind of bad efficiency from Lite, if you ask me, but they have man advantage. They kind of are in a good position here. Oh,
They're all
that's
very
unfortunate.
split up, aren't they?
Brew picks up that Maverick on the Maverick trick, and that's one player off the board. It also completely denies the attic push. It's going to have to be a big window, breach, white stairs, maybe a trophy push. Finn's about to get into a gunfight below, and he picks up Macy. That was probably a nice shot. It was a headshot and a flick, so I'm going to assume it was. Rusty Nipple, the greatest name ever in Siege, is getting ready, looks like, to go for an execute here, but I don't think he has particularly good cover. We have the Nomad very far away holding flanks. We have Zafir on big window, and okay, the Zafir's jumped in. He has better intel now, but I think his position is called out there on the Valk cam. Oh, a nice pick from him there. Thermite gets one more, traded out, so it's a 2v2 now. Rusty Nipple goes down, and that's Diffuser down. This is going to be extremely hard for Speedy to do anything about. He needs to go for kills here. He knows one's guy's attic, but he can't quite finish him off. Brew with a nice little bit of gunplay there to pick up a double kill. LAGr win the first of their defenses, which, like you were saying earlier, is a nice little motivation booster.
It is. A very disjointed attack from Lite, though. There was a single player in the tower, a single player on the double window, and a single player Thermite in master bedroom at one point. Like, pick a side and push it. And they're trying to pressure from all three sides, but if you lose your ones, then you lose all that control so quickly.
Yeah, that is actually kind of exactly what we saw, isn't it? The Maverick got picked up. The couldn't quite tell you who it was who was in the meeting when Finn got the kill. That's two players in 1v1s that just went wrong. Yeah, I think it was Macy, so I think it was Ash as well. Then you also had the Thermite in at one. In fact, I think actually every single gunfight in that round was a 1v1 pretty much.
It was a 1v1, I think.
And yeah, maybe that says something about how good the LAGr players are against the Lite players.
Attackers need to locate and
Yeah,
defuse any bombs
possibly.
they can.
I think maybe if it is going to be a frag heavy map, then LAGr probably do have the skill over Lite to win out those. LAGr have now gone downstairs. I think that's definitely the secondary site. I think Laundry Kids are definitely the two favoured sites, but they have a very different setup here. Again, with the red wall reinforced, the shield is dropped back to actually
10 seconds
to be
left
on
before
pillar,
insertion.
which means someone can play there. And they also have this
5 seconds to
same
go.
shield setup that Lite did, but they're holding it a bit deeper
Attackers objective
in
is to locate a bomb and defuse it.
in bunker. They're playing with two ADSs on the shield back here, and they're playing a shield in the doorway as well, with Wami magnets. So this is a big stack of utility all the way on bunker. They're expecting a bunker push, which is exactly what's happening. Question is, where are the other players? Couldn't tell you.
Bomb located by attackers.
Brew gets a couple of shots onto Amazar, the Maverick, which is pretty good. And he's still going to play aggressive here. I wouldn't be repeating that if I was you, Jordan, but yeah, there goes the kill.
Shield is gone.
Yeah, I think he's probably kicking himself there. He knows that was stupid.
Yeah, that was
But we do still have these two ADSs, which Freya's going to use to basically burn out loads of utility and then get the reinforcement off, which is very sneaky. But Amazar gets himself, not Amazar, Dedubird gets himself one pick somewhere else, which is now a 3v5, and Rex taking some damage as well. This isn't looking great for LAGr. I mean, with all that utility stack in bunker, the attackers have actually done extremely well for time. They're not even halfway through the round yet, and 3v5, bunker control established.
Yeah, they really burned it all very quickly, to be fair.
And then here's the bunker breach open, which is huge, to be honest, with it as it being a 3v5. One pick comes in, and I think that's also a down onto the Zephyr, but Rex doesn't know. The Zephyr can self-res if she knows about that. Oh, that's siege for you. Timing there on the C4, a bit unlucky. Macy taking a load of damage from the smoke, but worth it for the kill. Omega's now holding the long haul very passively while Frey just smokes off. Frey does lose his life to the Thermite on the breach, and Plant's going to go down, and this is a team light round unless you see something crazy from Omega. He does pick up one, and he still has full health, whereas all the other attackers have a little bit of health gone. Finally eats some damage, but Omega picks up one. Picks up two. It's now a 1v1 for Omega. This could definitely work. Zephyr's picked herself up, so she's on low health. A couple of bullets from either of these players will finish the round. He's just got spotted on drone. Does he know where the Zephyr is playing? He's gonna have to go for the kill here. He's very short on time. And he didn't know that Zephyr was just hiding in Harry Potter like a little wizard, and she gets the kill. That was a really nice try from Omega. I got to give it to her.
Good play.
Little look at the scoreboard for you here.
I think they just need to. LAGr needs to just play this a little bit more passively. Jordan over peeking, the shield after it was gone.
Yeah.
Losing that crossfire, and they just took control of bunker then.
Yeah, and I think you saw the way the site was set up. It was set up to allow players to lose their power positions and fall back to new power positions. But yeah, that Wami pick early really did not help LAGr. They could have used those magnets late round to help them out there. Could have definitely done with the man advantage late into the round. And yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure what else to say about that round. It wasn't the best defense.
Defenders, protect your bombs from being defused by attackers.
Drop the Goyo. Drop the Goyo off. Good to go back to the same side.
Bomb located by
I do not have a
attackers.
Goyo. Losing my mind?
I don't think Goyo was present in the last one. I think this is actually the same lineup. Just going to try it again, which I'm not against. You know, maybe they noticed something wrong with the comms in that round, which led to the round failure. You know, we can only say so much from the caster position without hearing the comms. But to be honest, from what we saw, it did look like the strat didn't work with the operator lineups they had. But we'll see.
5 seconds to insertion. Attackers are moving to defuse a bomb.
Yeah, I do wonder if this will go the same way that it went for Lite when they defended this twice in a row, and they just lose it convincingly again. It goes exactly the same.
Yeah, I'd like to see a bit of adaptation come through from LAGr here. I'll leak some LAGr strats for you here. I did recommend that they maybe double up on the breach tunnel, which they've chosen not to do, because I think losing this wall here that is currently not reinforced but would be later in the round, given Frey does that, it's pretty detrimental to the round. We talked about it on the LAGr attacks with the Maverick, and now it's happening again for Lite with the making it a full breach with Thermite, and it's such an important wall to get. You need to invest a bit more utility there, I think. I kind of like this use of Nomad to burn Wami Magnus, to be honest. It's kind of weird, but why not?
It's a good idea.
See, now Jordan's playing this far, far better. Look at how passive he is actually playing. He's not peaked once, I don't think, compared to about the 50 times he peaked before. I do feel like he's getting extremely itchy, though, and he is going to want to take one of these gunfights soon.
You can feel it.
You can feel it in him. And he does get one, though, so that's perfect timing from Jordan. I really like to see that. Maverick is making some kind of weird plays here, I'm not going to lie. Going for a crouch in, and Rex gets taken down. Oh, Frey, that's a lovely shot there. Pick off one. But Deddy gets another one for himself again.
Attackers have dropped the bomb.
Frey downs the Maverick. Oh, and he's late for the reinforcement. That's unfortunate again. I'm not sure how that smoke grenade didn't kill the Maverick. That has got to be extremely near to death there.
Oh yeah, that is weird.
That's unfortunate. It's a 2v2 though, which is good. Now a 2v1. A nice 1v1 fight there coming in the favour of LAGr. Now it's just Maverick on very low health. Finn is holding the back stairs, which means that if Maverick is going to make a play here, he probably has to push not into Finn's R4C. That's not an R4C.
416C.
That's what I'm trying to say. 416. Yeah, you don't want to be walking into LAGr's gun when you're on pretty low health.
Much better around there. I think Jordan changing the way he played it was definitely the difference. That's what he should have done the first time, and he did it this time. Played it a lot more passively. Got a pick from it.
Yeah, and I think maybe a rehost is coming through here. I'm not sure if they actually called for that or not, but I guess we'll give it to them anyway. It is in the prep phase. Yeah, we are going for a rehost here.
Okay.
What was I saying? Yeah, it's a lesson for any people watching and for both teams if they're reviewing this map that little differences like that, playing passively when you should be playing passively, can completely change a round. Jordan getting a pick for himself and wasting much more time than before, allowing them to make, allowing Lite to make a kind of stupid play and rush into bunker, allowed Frey to get a pick as well. So essentially, from Jordan deciding not to peek, they got themselves 2 kills instead of losing a player, which to be honest, I think was the game breaker there for that round, because we saw it go down into a 1v2 instead of a 4v1, which it was last time.
Yeah, that was.
Yeah. I think the rehost is just to sort out a ping issue with one of the players who was spiking at about 36,000 ping, according to my references. So yeah, we're going to go for a little rehost here. I should probably remember that as the streamer I need to actually set up the lobby again instead of just wait for the game to start.
You do need to do that, yeah. You need to put it all in properly as well.
Yeah. Oh, that's going to be an absolute ball ache. You are going to have to help me with this and remind me everything that's happened. I mean,
I have awful memory.
I'm not going to bother putting the rounds in right for the other half. It just make sure that we get the
yeah, that's fine.
the rounds in for this half.
It was a 3-2 split, and then it's been a win top floor for LAGr, then a loss basement for LAGr,
and then a win basement. Okay. Operator bands: Thatcher, Monty, Mirror. I can't remember. Vigil. That's it. Starting as attackers was blue team. Starting on overtime was orange team. Round history. Here we go. So we just need to add blue team 1-3, orange team 1-3. Yep. Okay. Okay, so that to me one more time. We had blue team, which would be LAGr 1, Kid Storms, first time around.
Yeah, they did.
Then they lost basement.
Mm-hmm.
And then they won basement.
Yeah.
Okay.
These two really going head to head. For each round.
Yeah, I mean this is a definitely a competitive match we're watching here. Both teams are putting up a good fight. We're kind of seeing both teams kind of mirror each other on the halves by kind of taking a couple of losses and turning them into wins. I think LAGr are doing it a little bit better than Lite. So if I was to predict it as we are now, I'd say LAGr are going to take this map. Unless it goes to overtime, and then I think it could be anyone's game. But if LAGr can get this done before OT, then I think, yeah. Mem's in the chat saying that bandit potato back in not sure which round it was legendary.
Yeah.
I agree with you. It was pretty funny. It was completely unimportant for the result of the game, but it was pretty funny. Street's also saying that Frey's a weak link for LAGr. Lite should target him. I mean, Street is one of our ex-players. He's kind of leaking strats here. Frey's definitely the weak link.
He's the weakest link in our team.
I think in the history of weakest links, he probably is the weakest, to be honest. Probably going to get dropped soon. He's not very good.
Yeah. I look back at so many moments that we lost because of Frey.
Okay, I'm going to go to game chat quickly and... Oh no, okay, we're not ready. What's happened there? He just left.
Oh, Rex is on.
No, not
team.
Rex. Rex and Amazon need to swap, and Frey just left because he's a weak link. Maybe he's listening.
Let's
have a look at some stats here for the fun of it. Speedy, looking pretty nice. Plat 2 for himself this season. That checks out. He was fragging pretty hard for Team Lite that game. We'll take a look at some of the fraggers of LAGr as well. We've got Finn, who's not quite good as good at KD, but
Frey's stats. Let's just have a look at
look
Frey.
at that rank. Frey's not in the lobby yet. I would love to see them. I forgot Finn was a diamond actually. Carried.
Yes.
But yeah. Omega, look at them stats, boy. You're killing it out here. Sitting in plat 1, 1.3 win loss. That's very nice. Okay, looks like we're just waiting for Frey to get back. Not sure what's really going on there. Let me just check.
I'm gonna add him on Discord and say join now.
Yeah, we're just waiting on Frey, and then we'll be underway again for you guys. Haven't had a chance to look at the stream chat much since we've been playing, but I don't think we have that many viewers, to be honest. Oh, we got 12 viewers. That's not too bad.
Yeah, there's a couple in here.
I think that's probably a record high for me. I think I've only ever had like 2.
Nah, you've definitely had more in SAS tournaments.
Not on yeah, but we have a separate YouTube account for that. So we've had like 70, I think. I've hosted streams for about 70 people before, but another one, 13 now. Yeah, just seems like it's some of the LAGr fanboys
it's good
in
viewers.
chat. Okay, it looks like both teams are ready. I'm just going to double check in game chat and I will be back. You guys ready?
Let's
go.
Yeah.
Yep, alright. Good luck, guys.
buddy.
Oh,
They're all in play
shit.
chat, so
Press the wrong button. Is it awkward?
don't do that.
Okay, let's go. Okay, and we're back, boys. Sorry about that rehost. That took a little bit longer than expected, but hopefully you didn't get too bored.
We're gonna get copyright striked because there's no doubt you can hear my dad's shower music.
What's he listen to?
I think he's still got the blues for you.
Oh, nice. So, LAGr, because they lost Laundry once and then won it, they have freed up kids to go back to, which is nice. Back to the favoured site, and the way this is looking, if they win this round, they are on match point, and that is pretty big for them. It will mean that they'll have to go to one of the off-sites, and so it could then go very much back into the favour of Lite at a 6-5 split. But I think this is a really important round for LAGr.
Yeah.
This kind of will decide if we go to overtime, in my opinion, if they win this round.
I kind of hope they do win this round, just because I want to see one of the pocket strats for one of the offside tested. I don't know if we've ever played it competitively.
Attackers need to locate.
We haven't. We've scrimmed both of the offsites a fair bit, and we have strategies for them, but they're not particularly tried and tested, so...
I'd like to see one. So.
Yeah, I agree, and especially the way we saw the meeting hold go for Lite, which actually went really well, especially with a really nice juicy play with the double C4.
Located by attackers.
Kind of want to see one of these offsites again.
10 seconds left.
Looks like
5 seconds left before insertion.
most of the drones are set up around master side again.
Attackers' objective is to defuse a bomb.
So we might actually see Lite just sack off the attic push. It did not work well for them at all last time. They did attack it in a strange way of pushing the Nomad in solo early round, then rotating the Maverick late round to try open it, which actually ended as a disaster as he got picked off before he could even open the breach. So I don't think that's a bad idea to
No
just
Maverick on
kinda
the ball
sack
this
off
time, though.
this.
They've gone with the Ying instead.
I did not see that because my TV is weird and it doesn't let me fit the screen properly.
Nice.
Let's see if we got. It's actually Rusty Nipple who. I love saying that name. It's actually Rusty Nipple who's going to pick up the Ying, and I don't know too much about this guy, so you know maybe he's a pro Ying player. Maybe this is Hungary in disguise. What is interesting though is that Finn on the LAGr is playing up in T3. I don't know if he's still there. He has actually voted down, but ooh, he almost messed that up. Attackers did become aware of that, and maybe they're going to waste a bit of time trying to get that open. Finn deciding not to shoot that drone, just to keep his location hidden. This is where he was sat for a lot of the round last time though, so I don't know how effective this is going to be for him.
He's been in good time at the moment.
Yeah, and I think that's the main objective of this roam. I don't think he's particularly looking for a lot of picks. I think he is trying to make the attackers second guess his position, make them hunt him, you know,
Bomb has been located.
do stuff like that, open windows, see if he can get easy picks, but attackers are just ignoring tower and they are going for breach. It is open. Valk is below, ready to deny any maybe plants from C4. Potentially maybe just go for a pick on the thermite regardless. But here comes the Ying. Playing on double window, she burns one of her candelas but doesn't do anything from it. That means the defenders are going to definitely be aware of the Ying, and they might be able to adjust to that before too much comes of it. Ying now going to use some smokes on big window. That is an odd choice, and Frey getting over aggressive there, losing his life to the Ying. 4v5 now. This might go the other way. 30 seconds on the board, this Valk is still below, and I don't think the attackers are aware of this. Finn making a huge flank here, but gets picked off. Trade comes out from Jordan. Jordan picks up one more onto the Ash, and it looks like the Goy is going to get fucked by Ying there, and he's now dead as well. Well, that's a lovely pick from Rex on the Valk. It's now a 1v2. He goes through the rotate and picks up one. Now it's a 1v1. All he has to do is waste the time here. Ying is going to chase the kill. He's running. He's running. Looks like Ying is probably going to be able to get the diffuser down. Rex, you've gone too far. It's not even Rex, it's Omega. The plan is going down top white. He might have time to get to this. Oh, and he doesn't quite get there. Really unlucky timing there. This is now a 1v1, and it looks like Ying is just going to play this really passively. If the Valk cams are set up correctly, then they're going to be aware of his position and make it just walking into air jabs all over the shop. What's Omega going to be able to do here? I think he knows he's outside the breach, but where is the question? Oh, and he gets it! That's beautiful, and now he does have time to defuse just with 2 seconds left on the board. That round was huge from Omega.
Ooh, nice peek around Omega.
I was worried then that he was not going to sleep tonight because he was just running for the hills and completely mistimed it, but he came in clutch and got himself the final pick and the defuse, so I think he's going to sleep nice and cozy tonight.
I will say I am a little bit upset that that is Omega and not Rex, like you baited me into thinking it was, because I was going to say Clutchmaster Rex. He's famed for clutching, but...
I mean, I'm just used to Rex being our Valk player, maybe a little bit of people switching onto their more preferred operators rather than roles for this match. But yeah, I think it was a weird round because Omega came up white, got a nice pick onto the thermite with diffuser, then got a pick onto Ash, and basically put themselves in an easy win situation. He then ran for the hills, mistimed it, and almost threw the round, but then came in clutch and won it again. So it was you know, mistakes and amazing plays all over the place, but it worked out
Chaos.
for him in the
Absolute
end.
chaos.
Attackers need to locate and defuse as many bombs as they can.
And it looks like we're going to meeting, so LAGr favouring the same off-site as Lite. If they're going to be using the strat that I know of, I think there's going to be a vertical play coming in here. I think defending meeting is going to be one of the big focuses of the strat, because I think most teams like to attack meeting as it appears to be a bit of a soft point. But it really depends here.
10
Not
seconds
sure if
left.
that's me lagging or
Attackers
somebody
have
else.
discovered the location of a bomb. 5 seconds to go.
But there's a couple players rubber banding or moonwalking. I don't know what's going on here, but I think they'll be able to get set up.
So good.
I think it might be server lag. We'll see. Yeah, we do have the vertical play coming in here. We've got Attic Catch open, which is and Attic Breach reinforced, so the opposite of what Light had, and a mute jammer to keep that soft. They've got options to rotate back down to site through both of these hatches, which I like. And they've kind of got themselves some kind of early warning systems as the castle barricades in meeting, which I also like. Thing is though, Light are not attacking meeting. They're going for a different kind of push. It looks like the Ash is actually already in dorms, and if LAGr aren't aware of this, this could be pretty big. Drones are coming in though, and the Ash goes for, I don't know, a wallbang or pre-fire there, and exposes herself, so...
Attackers recovered the diffuser.
Thin drop though, he's coming out of the tower now, so good call.
Oh, that's lovely from Macy there to pick up Brute or Jordan. Drop does come in, and now attackers have top control. Pretty early in the round to be giving up top control, if I'm honest. But I think it was the right call. It was necessary. Attackers were really overloading them on the top floor there. They've still got half the round to play with.
Yeah, if you stick up there and
Attackers
if you
have
take out
located
the
a
Ash,
bomb.
then she's done a job. They definitely get traded off.
Rex gets taken out through the hatch there in meeting. That's a bit of an unlucky play, and Deadybird gets a nice nade onto Finn. 2v5 here. Not looking good for LAGr, but some good clutch operators on the board with Smoke and Wami. Wami not so much a clutch operator, but it is Omega who just clutched up nicely in the last round, so maybe he can do that again. Ooh, that's Caster's Curse. 1v5 now. 1v4 as Frey gets a nice trade in onto the Ash, but Diffuser's probably going to go down kitchen ends, and that's exactly where they want to happen, and Nomad just gets the pick as Frey tries to come through sight. The strat looked sound at the start, but the aggression from the attackers to take top floor that early really hurt LAGr. Losing a man and then losing the top floor with still a minute and a half left. That was unfortunate.
To be honest, I think Jordan may be over peeking again though. He didn't really need to peek there. He could have held it more passively and waited for someone to walk into a crossfire between him and I think it was Frader upstairs.
Yeah, I think you're right. Something that Jordan has been working on is working on when to be aggressive and when not to be aggressive. And some of these rounds he's done it excellently. You know, look back to that laundry round where he managed to get himself a pick and basically gave Frader a free pick as well. But in a couple of the rounds, it's kind of gone the opposite way. I mean, I think you're right. Him getting picked up early there on the top floor, we lost that power position of Attic, essentially, which forced players to drop. It gave up control too early. Yeah, I agree. I think I don't want to put it all on Jordan that round, but
Oh no.
dying early was a big factor for sure.
I mean, you know, this is equal the Ash as well to go in and take the gunfight and be aggressive with it.
Yeah, for sure, and I guess the main difference there is on attack you can afford to do that because you have to push them. Defenders can afford to just sit and wait, which is, you know, what I think he should have done. But last time they were at Laundry, they did win
10 seconds remaining.
a little bit, not comfortably, but a little bit. You know, it was always going to be LAGr's round, I thought, when we watched it last time. So let's see if they can do it again. They're going to do the same strat as well, and I think Frey's going to wise up for this reinforcement. I don't think he's going to go for that same late reinforcement if we lose. bunker early. I think he's probably just going to leave it, or even just fall back even earlier than he did last time to guarantee he can get that reinforced. Although, saying that, Attacker's going to sack off bunker, so final round overtime here. LAGr are going to have to
I like that.
adapt.
I think it's a good idea.
Yeah, I think so as well, and it also means that this round is completely fresh, right? It's kind of... Neither teams have seen the way that they attack or how they're going to defend to this type of push. Ash and Jaeger are really close to each other and about to get into a gunfight, but Finn, that's beautiful. He does finish off the kill just before he gets traded out, which is a nice attempt from the Jackal to trade back, but Finn just runs his ass back to site. I think that's a good idea. We might have just heard a breach charge go down somewhere. I'm not sure where that was actually. Maybe not.
Drone ready.
Well, I like Froda shaping the site there mid-rounds. They've sacked off the bunker holes in response to the attack. I assume they've reinforced it with a rotate, and now he's setting up smokes to main from the mirror closet.
Yeah, and he's even moved his shield. I assume that's his shield, which is a really nice alteration.
Yeah.
I think this is actually something you see a lot at the highest level of play. Finn actually loses his life there. Again, maybe being a bit too aggressive. I don't think he needed to push that, but a minute left on the round. They're in a good position. If Frey can keep himself alive here and use his smokes effectively, this is going to be good. 3 players stacked up in freezer as they burn out the utility, destroying the Goyo shield. They still need to get the breach open before they can really do any work here, though. There's Jordan playing those aggressive angles, as we always see him do, but smokes come in to cover that, and Thermite is now going for the breach. This is where it's all going to be about plant potential. Jordan gets really unlucky there to get pre-fired through the smoke as he tries to do the same. Alright, so now a 3v4 in favor of Lite, but with 30 seconds left, I think maybe 2 smoke canisters in pocket for Frey as well. This could still be LAGr's. 1 left in pocket, actually. Oh, Frey's really unlucky to be holding that in pocket there. And now it's a 1v4. LAGr has really not done well here. And Amazar finds that final pick on Rex. I think, again, the aggression from LAGr is hurting them. I mean...
Yeah, over-peeking things.
It was 5v4. They could have just ran back to site, set up the site for a freezer take, a bit like Frey did. Frey played that pretty perfectly, if you ask me. But yeah, Jordan and Finn just way too aggressive there. I don't know why they're peeking those angles.
I would have liked to have seen Jordan pick up his shield as well out of bunker and put it in the freezer door or something to play on that, because instead of just swinging that door and peeking it, and that's the reason he died, was, I know it was a pre-fight with the smoke, which was unfortunate, but he's just wide swinging the door with nothing to stand behind. If he'd moved his shield and put it in the door, he could have played on that and had a relatively safe angle to work with.
Yeah, for sure. And I think there was probably a shield set up by Pillar, as we saw before, and that shield can be played to get an angle onto the freezer door, so I'm not sure why he didn't choose to do that. He just chose to take the gunfight straight to them. Definitely something to work on for LAGr. Now that we're at overtime, we were both talking about this earlier, I think this now swings back into a completely open game.
Yeah, I couldn't call this anymore.
Yeah, it's gonna be individual plays. It's gonna be maybe a bit of luck, a bit of fortune. LAGr have defense first on a typically defender-favored map, but we have seen 3-3 splits for both teams, so it's pretty 50-50 here.
Same strat again, right, from LAGr, same setup. It has worked for them twice, I think Lite have won this attack.
10 seconds remaining.
Yeah, it has worked for them twice, which is nice. They won it the very first round. They actually, I think they might have lost it once.
Attackers are moving to defuse a bomb.
Because we had to go meeting, which makes me think. No, we did win it twice. We won it twice. Yeah, so you know, if they're going to be able to do the same thing again, the second time was a big clutch, so you got to say that. But yeah, if they can repeat that result, then they're sitting on match point again, and Maybe Lite will be dumb and go laundry. You never know, but I don't think so.
Yeah, I think if Light take this round, then they'll probably take the first round.
Yeah, I think you're right. Looks like they are going back for that tower take this time though.
A bomb has been located.
Not sure who the Valk player is below. That's Omega just trying to get a little bit of a cheeky pick here, maybe onto the Hibana. I don't think they know he's there yet, although drones are coming in.
Well, no C4 on Omega though. Shield.
Oh, Omega, that's unlucky. I think he may have just been spotted on the drone there, and Rusty Nipple picks his head clean off. Minute into the round, man disadvantage for LAGr. Not the worst position to be in, but definitely a disadvantage. Oh, there's another one. That is now looking at a really bad disadvantage. Again, Finn getting picked up pretty early in the round. He is the entry, which, you know, it doesn't mean it's the worst that he's getting picked up early, but it's a couple rounds in a row now where he's got picked up without making too much of an impact on the round. Seems like the difference here is actually how well the teams are adapting to it. You see, Lite are actually doing a different attack all 3 times they've attacked this site, and it seems to be working for them. This time around, anyway.
Yeah, the first time they attacked it, it was a very small push. The second time, they went for a full-on master push and it didn't work. So now they're like, let's do the tower push. Try that on.
Ash is now coming up white stairs and has a really strong position here. I'm not sure they're aware of her position. No one seems to be reacting to her. She did walk through barbed wire, which means she should know this, but there we go. Goya's just noticed her position before she can react to it. And now she's going to rotate a little bit back. Frey picking up a kill onto Deadly Bird. That's nice. Sophia off the board.
Stay clear of the blast!
Ash making a vertical angle to default plant. I've absolutely no idea why he's done that. And now he's rotating to the main stairs. Oh, great peek from Jordan there to pick up the Ash. That's nicely done. And another one onto the Hibana. He's completely turned this game around. Double kill for him for the round. Thermite's going to peek the same angle. Does get it. And now it's a 1v1 potentially. But Thermite doesn't have time for the plant. And LAGr pick up the round. I was scared for a long time in that round thinking LAGr are about to completely crumble this map, but Jordan sounds like he's listening to us, feeling a bit angry that we're slagging him off so much and just decides, hey, you know what, I'm going to go get a crazy play for the round and get ourselves a win. We're now looking at match point, all thanks to Jordan.
Yeah, credit to Jordan there. Big round. Aggression, well, yeah, he played quite aggressively, I guess, but working out for him this time.
Yeah, I think, you know, I think all credit does go for some individual plays on LAGr's part there, but Lite also, from what it seemed, maybe got a little bit complacent there. 3v5,
Yeah.
Ash running around all over the place, just trying to get herself a pick, trying to get a name on the scoreboard as well for the round, thinking, hey, we're going to win this round, I want to kill as well. And it actually kind of ended up crumbling for them instead.
Yeah, I think real man advantage on the board, but no real direction on where they wanted to push. They were all very split up. Like, they did a big tower take, and then Ash is coming up the main stairs with someone else. And
Attackers need to locate and defuse bombs.
just a little bit more direction, I think maybe they could have pulled that round off.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, the attic take was definitely on. They had the man advantage to win trades if they wanted to push into Kid Storms. And if the Ash was just playing that top white stairs angle instead of, you know, rotating, they probably could have had it, but I think she was more concerned on going around unnoticed, crouch walking Ash main, getting some kills.
Yeah.
Not necessarily playing for the team on that occasion.
A real strange choice as well, like you say, when he Ash charged the default
10
plan.
seconds to
I
insertion.
mean, why? You were never planning on planting there. Your diffuser was like in
And even if you are going to plant there, you don't want a vertical angle onto the planter. Like, I think it was just a bit more of that. Just, you know, maybe there's a player there. I'm just going to Ash charge it, see if I get a kill.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. It's like Lite are going back to the same site that LAGr did. Their success on this site has been pretty good as well.
They've won it twice, I think.
They've won it twice, same way that LAGr had before the split, and LAGr did just win it a third time, so I kind of fancy Lite to do the same. We'll see though. LAGr are going to go for their classic attack pinching
Yeah,
through
good push
Attic
coming in.
and Master. If they can sort out their attack on the Master side for this push, maybe get a pick, or even just save their lives in order to get the breach open, I think we'll see LAGr perform a lot better on this site than they have before. It's been pretty easy for Lite, to be honest, so far in this game to defend this site, but
I'd like to see if the drone work here shows them that trophy. Oh no, Bandit's now in trophy. Never mind. I'm a little bit behind you. 'Cause it was empty when I was watching it, and I thought they could just take breach right now. But he's now playing it aggressively.
Finn is below, but this time they do have Rex holding a nice angle from Garage to hold his cross, and that's exactly what we see happening. He doesn't quite get the kill, but oh, Frey. Twice in one game. That's unlucky.
Did he get run out on again?
Exactly the same spot. And that's the breacher gone. That is not good. I think LAGr need to be really quick on the comms here and decide a different push, because they're not going to get Master Breach open. They actually don't... Oh, they do have Attic open, which is good.
I think all four need to full send it down Attic now, really.
I think that is definitely a viable option that they could do
double
here.
up Sledge and Ash from main, and the other two come through Attic.
Yeah, that would be my thinking. I think they need to play for trades here. I know they're at a man disadvantage, but I think trades is the way they're going to establish map control. Maverick going solo here to try and get this smoke, and he does get him, which is nice. Castle not able to get that flank off. Now we're back in an even man count with actually some pretty good positioning, to be honest. Speedy, nice Jordan on the Maverick. I'm not sure how that happened. Probably a down that got finished off there. Finn is just doing Ash main things, running around, trying to get some kills. Not sure how they plan to execute now, but through the rotate comes one more kill, and now we're looking at a 4v2. Man advantage heavily in favour of the defenders. And it's actually now a 2v2 with 12 seconds on the board. What's going to happen now? 2v1 for the defenders, and now this round is pretty much won. There goes Steady Bird with one more kill, and Omega falls to make it a light round. That round was kind of hard to watch. As soon as Frey falls, you're thinking, I think that's the round one again. It's funny this.
To put it back once the hard breach goes down on a site like this.
Yeah, it's funny that this map has. I mean, maybe it's just the way we're casting and what we're highlighting about the map, but it seems that these rounds are being won off very, like, I don't know how to say it, specific points in the round.
Yeah, there's big moments in the round sort of define it.
Yeah, and it's not always easy to know when that moment is coming, but when it does happen, it's like, oh shit, there's the round. We're split here, and LAGr are going to go to Laundry. So they've won it once, they've lost it twice. So far, it's not been good for them, but I like what I'm seeing here. A 6-pick over to the Bandit from the Valkyrie, was that?
Yeah.
Yep. Which goes back a little bit to what I was saying very early on in the cast, that you need the double breach to know. And if I'm honest, I think Lite are going to do that freezer push again. I think it worked really well for them. But this time, if this is electrified, this freezer wall, the round is going to be completely different. There's no easy way to clear utility off this wall other than Kali and Thatcher, neither of which are present. Unless, you know, they go for some really aggressive plays coming down main stairs. I mean, if they are going to commit to this freezer push, I would even waste a trade to get these Bandit batteries. Just waste a life, get them off the board, because having that breach open is so important. But
well, I think if I was playing Kaid, I would use the Kaid for the freezer wall, because it'll make it so much harder to get. You won't be able to get an angle on it at all, really. With high back roll.
yeah, they're also going to Kaid off the freezer hatch, which is a nice change. And look at this, LAGr are already reacting to how they've set up 30 seconds into the round, and they're not even going to bother with bunker.
Yeah, that's much better. I like this change.
Still got Rex holding the pillar right at the back there. Yeah, this is like a completely reset. It's like we're watching the prep phase again. ADS is coming in to protect main stairs, shields being replaced, reinforcements getting done. This is good to see. I think this is going to completely change the game. Finn actually had all 3 ADSs in pocket then. He might have actually just been waiting for the call from whoever's
Yeah, just to see
IGLing.
what they're coming from.
Yeah.
Brace for it!
Oh, I like the freezer shield as well. This is a lot better.
Somehow ADS catches all of Sophia's stuns. That's unlucky. But Speedy does pick up Finn, getting a little bit too aggressive. Maybe once again, not quite sure where that happened, so I couldn't tell you for sure that was over aggression. All players are on site, and attackers are a little bit stalled out. They're trying to get freezer control, but they're struggling. I think Jordan is fully flashed, which probably means he's gonna die. He doesn't. Well, no, Mad. That was close to being a really dumb move. Lite have a huge favour now being 3v5, but again,
Attackers have located a bomb.
oh, that's unlucky. Another one for Lite, and now 5v1, it's over. Like we said, if it goes to OT, it's probably not going to be LAGr's map, and that's exactly what we saw.
Another good attack from Lite, to be fair. They take the control, get some decent angles, and execute onto the site.
Yeah, they did it really well, and as a LAGr player myself, that was a really frustrating round to watch because we were like hyping up the round. They're like, look at all these changes they're making to the strat. They know they're pushing freezer. They're doing all these changes, and then oh wait, they flawless them. It's just like, surely there was more we could have done there. I'm not going to say I know what we could have done differently, but
Yeah, there was just a lot of utility now placed in the positions where they're pushing from. Like you have people coming through freezer, and we have things to hold that now. This time they don't get it for free, but it just didn't seem to make a difference. I don't know why, but that's the way Siege works sometimes, I guess.
yeah, for sure. I'm going to ask the players if they'd like a little break. That was a pretty long map. Maybe a 5-10 minute break would be nice for both teams. So I will get back to you in a minute, Pressy. Howdy, boys. That was a pretty long map. Do you guys want a quick break, or are you happy to go straight into another one?
Nah,
Just
I'm
okay, give me two, man.
Yeah,
Give me 2 minutes, someone get a drink.
Should I tell me to switch? Don't press the switch button. We're back.
What map is next? Cafe? Alright.
Cafe, they defend. Cafe is such a good map. Everyone loves Cafe.
Orange team are attackers. Okay, if you guys just ready up, and I'll know when to start. I'll start when everybody's readied up. Okay?
Yo. Let's go play chat.
Okay, they would like 2 minutes to just get themselves some drinks and get back to it. So we'll just stay on cast and talk a little bit about that map and maybe a little bit about the next map that's to come.
Yeah, so I guess LAGr not an Oregon team anymore then.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to say what went wrong there because there were 2 really evenly matched teams, and I think it wasn't like LAGr played badly at all. I think they played pretty well,
No.
actually. On the rounds they did play well, they played well. But there was a lot of rounds that just went completely against them. That last round is a great example of it, that just like, what is going on there? I mean, on arguably the best site in the map, you're getting flawless on overtime match point.
Yeah.
Like, what is... I don't know. I think maybe a bit of frustration is coming out there on a map that historically we do well on, to have to go to overtime to try to win it out, and then to, you know, have to go to overtime match point on a site that you haven't been doing
I
that
would
well
agree.
on. It's just, I think the mentality probably was the decider of that map. I think Light probably came into this thinking it doesn't matter if we lose Oregon because we think we can win the next 2 maps, and that probably helped them win this map. And going into next map, that actually puts them in a crazy good position.
It really does. LAGr are in a very bad spot. Cafe, not a great map for us.
No, not at all. I mean, I don't think... Well, how about I ask you this instead of me try and answer it? Do you think LAGr need to change anything going into the next map?
I don't think they need to change anything strat wise. Uh, I just think they need to maybe not peak as aggressively as they were on Oregon. I think that is the cause for a lot of those random losses was just getting too aggressive, peaking things too readily, and losing their life because of it.
Yeah, I think that's a fair point. I think it's funny because I mean, apologies everyone, we are talking about LAGr a lot on this stream. It's kind of hard not to because we are both LAGr players. Um, we have problems with being aggressive. Sometimes we're just way too passive, but then other times, like today, we're being too aggressive, and finding that balance is extremely important, and that goes for every team. Finding the balance
Yeah,
between aggression and playing passive is kind of how you go from being a kind of standard team to a league winning team or a cup winning team. Um, and it kind of felt like Light did have that balance in that game. There
yeah.
wasn't
To,
any
to be fair to
moments.
like, they did use that aggression well. Like when you think the two times Bandit came out the master bedroom door to get a kill on the Fray, like
Yeah,
that's good aggression. It works.
yeah, it was those round defining moments that ended up in them winning. Yeah, that it's funny because Light actually did not make many mistakes at all. I don't think.
No,
I think
not really.
they lost some gunfights, which is unfortunate. They lost some rounds, which maybe their strategies let them down rather than their playstyle.
Certainly on
And
defense,
they,
I would say,
yeah,
yeah, a couple
especially
of
on
those
defense.
defense strats, you need to tweak them to get the win. But
Yeah,
on the attack specifically, I don't think they made any mistakes really well, very few.
yeah, and 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 I guess that gives a bit of hope for LAGr, and especially going to this next map. Still think it's going to be just as close as the last because I think LAGr know they can be better than that, and I think Light know that they're playing really well at the moment, and I think both teams are going to go into the next map. Light thinking, let's do the same again, boys. We're playing really well. Let's take it right to them. And LAGr are thinking, right, boys, let's have a little rethink about how we play. And they, like I said, I don't think they're going to change loads, but I think maybe their play style might change a little bit.
Yeah, I would hope so. There'll be a few changes that I think maybe we're not even ready for on Cafe. Uh, I know we scrimmed it the other day, and Finn was quite vocal about sort of mid-round pushes, just to switch it up and read into some defense strategies and try and push from different areas. So
Yeah. Um, Cafe is a map that used to be very defender sided when it first entered the comp map pool, as most maps are when they're new. Um, I still would argue it is kind of defender sided. Would you agree with me on that?
Um, yeah, I would say at our level, it's probably defender sided.
Yeah. Um, a lot of a lot of it plays into the fact that I think the current meta of utility stacking and the Thatcher ban really favors Cafe. Um,
Yeah, it does.
a lot of teams have strategies that completely revolve around a Thatcher ban and using Whammy Jaeger. Um,
Yeah, it's a big utility temp
and
now. Pixel is a hold for you can use for the three sites, the upstairs sites,
yeah,
and for kitchen, bakery is another big whammy Jaeger utility dump hold. So
hmm
if you want to play this map this way, then you really can.
yeah, and if we look back to Oregon as well, that is exactly how both teams tried to play their defenses.
Yeah.
Um, they were Whammy Jaeger stacking, shield stacking. I wouldn't be surprised to see it again then, to be honest. Looks like all of Team Light are ready. We're just waiting for LAGr to ready up, and we will be good to hop into the next map. Just Finn probably making toasties. Won't be too long, hopefully. How about players overall? Could you give us a standout player from both teams?
Uh, I would say, is it Macy or Mackie? Mackie, I think Jordan calls him.
Is it Mackie? Okay, I've been saying that wrong this whole time.
I don't know. I think Jordan calls him Mackie.
Okay.
Yeah, he was fragging out in map one. Um, so I'll be interested to see if he can do it again on Cafe. He's definitely a gunner.
Mhm.
Rusty Nipple played very well as well on Oregon. From the Lager side, Finn was very, very good before the rehost. He was on, I think, maybe double-digit kills before we rehosted.
Yeah,
But
he
then went
was
off for
definitely.
boil after. So, and then Omega, obviously, yeah, some clutch moments.
Yeah, I think when you look at Light, for me, Amazon did well, Speedy did well, but the three players of Maki, Rusty Nipple, and Deddy Bird were really the standout players. I kind of, in my memory, thinking about a lot of the plays they made. Actually, Deddy Bird, I wasn't spectating him too much, but I remember him coming up in the kill feed quite a lot.
Yeah, I think he'd get the kills late round too,
Mhm.
once to cover a plant or
Yeah. But yeah, LAGr kind of even. I think Omega and Finn, you're right, are the ones to highlight there. The two fragging players, they both have had some good plays. Finn's had some great early picks, but also some great early deaths.
afraid to sit start.
And wait, Freddie said what?
Afraid to sit start in team chat.
Okay. And so we will go into the next map. Oh, I've done it again. I pressed the wrong button. Yeah, and Omega, yeah, obviously, I think did well to get a lot of clutches. And playing second entry, he was racking up quite a few kills. Bans coming in here. We have LAGr starting on defense, so I'm expecting a Thatcher ban here. We'll see what they choose to do. Yeah, pretty standard for EU, especially at this level. And as we talked about before, that does favour the shield stack meta.
Yeah, wouldn't be you without a Thatcher ban.
True that. I kind of see a Monty ban coming in again from Lite. To be honest, I think a Capital ban. That is interesting. Not sure how that's going to impact LAGr. I'm not sure actually what the strength of Capital is on Cafe. I mean, Capital's a really strong operator. But for me,
Yeah, nobody when I
Capital is
associate
not
with
his.
Cafe.
Yeah, is not his best map. Arcade ban coming in though, which is pretty big. It says to me that they're going to want to be playing vertically to attack kitchen. They're going to be wanting to open up a lot of breaches when attacking top floor as well. And LAGr ban out the mirror. Cafe is one of their maps that you actually do see mirror trickle through the bans, but it's also not a surprise at all that she gets banned because she's very strong on this map.
Yeah, I think with Cafe it varies between teams. Like if you're a team that can use it, you're perfectly happy to let it go through the ban phase. But if you don't have mirror strats prepared and you don't know how to attack against them, then it almost has to be an insta ban because she is strong on I think probably every single site on this map.
Yeah. So we're going to go to Bar Cocktail first, top floor, and Maki going on to the Amaru. I'm not sure if that's going to be stuck or not. It looks like it will be, which is very interesting. I think they might be thinking that they're in LAGr's heads a bit here, and they're going to try and make some plays with the Amaru, try get them tilted a bit. It wouldn't surprise me.
Yeah, if they pull off a rush strat here and now, then that'll really, really get into the heads of LAGr, I would say.
Attackers have located a bomb.
Looks like pretty standard lineup. Maestro, Smoke, Jaegerwald, Kwame. You got shields on the board, you got intel on the board. You got a lot of things for soft breaches to take care of. With Maestro cams included in that list.
10 seconds left.
And I expect a pixel hold here. Yeah, you see that shield coming in
5
there.
seconds to insertion.
You see a lot of Wami magnets getting chucked
Attackers are
around as
moving
well.
to defuse a bomb.
We'll see how effective it can be. Pixel, we talked about it pre-match in the break. There's a lot of spots on this map which are power positions. Bakery for kitchen. Pixel for top floor. So we'll see how they go about defending it.
Ooh, we have the freezer wall open. And trash wall open too.
Yeah, that's definitely something to note, actually. That's an interesting variation on what would be called a typical strat, I guess. We're going to quickly go over to Amaru to see what she's planning on doing here. It looks like some kind of rush strat is being attempted here with the Ashe and Amaru setting up to... If Ashe is going to hop breach and Amaru... Oh, unlucky, he got shot off the window there. That is a bit unfortunate. Amaru is going to do this at some point in the round, and Maestro needs to be really aware of this.
Rex is on cams too, yeah.
Here it comes. Oh, that's unfortunate. He gets picked off, and the Ashe is in as well, but guns are blazing for LAGr, and now it's a 5v2 in the matter of about 3 seconds. 5v1 now. The attempted tilter from Lite completely fails.
Well, there's nothing wrong with that. I suppose trying a rush strat first round of the game. If it works, then great, but if not, then you're only 1-0 down, so...
Yeah, and like we said, nice pick from Brew there to finish off. Like we said, it's a defender-sided map, and they would have been hard pushed to win that round either way. So why not?
Yeah.
Why not try something? Means they get to go to kitchen next. I'm just sad to see how the attackers will play this. As this map has evolved in the comp setting, the way I see it is there's kind of 3 variants of an attack strategy that you can pull. You can go for a full top clear, and then you can push bakery. You can go for a full top clear and then push freezer, or you can just vertically play it and try kind of swarm the first floor without worrying about the top floor at all.
Yeah.
Maybe get brown bar control, maybe get small bakery control, and then once you've got that, you can choose which breach you go for. And that Monty pick makes me think that that is kind of what we could see, is a completely horizontal take here.
So, I know we sometimes use the Jackal for a top clear.
But yeah, you see the way these drones are set up. It does look like it's probably going to be a bakery push. If you take a look at the setup from LAGr,
10 seconds to insertion.
doesn't appear that they're going to be hard holding bakery.
5 seconds to insertion.
That hold has kind of gone out of meta recently. Actually, you don't see it too often.
Attackers must locate and defuse a bomb.
If you are going to have it, usually play with a rotate just here, so that you can kind of dip in and out of sight. You don't have to risk losing a man advantage.
I think maybe a wise choice to not hard hold bakery, especially with a Monty on the board, because you can so easy to just walk into bakery and push you out of that position. So maybe better to just rather than have it.
Yeah, and the good thing about the setup here from LAGr is actually that playing the smoke and prep allows them to counter this Monty kind of well. He can just get smoked out whenever he feels like pushing. A little bit of an early engagement there, I think, coming in from Rex. He's just shooting at the Monty. Even though it says right there, don't shoot my papillons. Finn has got himself a really nice bullet hole set up here, looking onto brown stairs. If anyone comes to that, they are almost certainly dead. Does look like a little bit of vertical plays coming in here from the sledge. He is alone, which is interesting, although it appears that the Jackal out here is probably watching his flanks on drone somewhere. Can't quite see the drone, but... Breach gets opened, and with this vertical play and breach open, they're almost ready to plant with only a minute and a half down. Smokes are coming in here to just repel this Monty for a bit. Quite early in the round to use them, but I think that's a smart move. Just stop. If they can get prep, this is almost a given round, so Frey needs to be careful here not to overpeak, not to lose his life early, lose those smokes early. The big issue I see now is that Frey is the only one being able to contest bakery, and now he falls to a nade, although Brew trades him out, and LAGr players do react to fill his position. You see the LAGr playing tight to the double door here. Monty is maybe going to use his shield to cover the plant, but plant going down here. LAGr No, Jaeger, Wami picks him up. I think the Wami is now above. That's right, he is. And he denies the plant. Monty now on very low health. Nomad. Holding small bake. I'm not sure where this Jackal is. He's been pretty quiet the whole round. Looks like he is going to hunt down this Wami, and it's Amazar and Jordan, the two good buddies, into a 1v1 here. Finn picks up one to Speedy, and I think I can hear gunshots in the distance, and that's the Amazar and Brew combination going at each other, but it leaves Monty all alone on site with Diffuser to just, I don't know what he's doing. Brew does finally get the kill with a pistol upstairs, and Monty falls as he puts down his shield. I don't know why Jackal spent so long trying to take that engagement. I think he had to just attempt to play there and get that pick, because with 5 seconds left, even if he kills Jordan, what's he going to achieve from up there? Nothing really, so...
Big round from Jordan though, to flank up the white stairs. That was a good idea, a good play. It got them the control back and stopped them from being able to get that plant down so easily.
Yeah, and I'm not sure what happened to the sledge who was upstairs. It obviously missed it on the spectator cam, but he was doing work upstairs to clear out bakery, and then next thing I know, it's actually Jordan on the Wami who's up there doing
I'm not
the
sure
work in the opposite way. So,
but obviously, I know Jordan went upstairs. But I'm quite surprised that he got away with it, really, because obviously the sledge was up there, and we assumed that the Jackal was holding flank on cams, but I guess maybe not. I don't really know.
Yeah, to be honest, I'm going to probably say it was siege timing. You know, I bet he was holding it, and I bet he thought, okay, it's clear, let me just come off cams and join you, and I'll hold flanks with my gun. And at that split second, Jordan slips through the cracks, and he manages to get that pick, so...
That certainly could be the case.
Reading the next site, not surprising. Cafe's one of those maps that all 3 sites are viable. There is the 4th site, of course, of Dining Train, or is it Train Mining?
It's Dining Mining.
Dining Mining, so it's like the old site, which is kind of out of favour. I couldn't really tell you why. I just think it's too hard to anchor.
Yeah. I think it's the fireplace. It sort of bottlenecks teams a little bit.
Yeah.
They're very much 2 separate sites to hold, whereas most of the others are one objective that you keep locked down.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. We've said it once, we'll say it again, is that Cafe has a lot of power positions. Pixel, Bakery, and one that we didn't mention before is actually Cocktail Balcony. This balcony here, where we see the Maestro setting up, is actually a really good spot to play. It allows you to vertically play reading, and it allows you to essentially hold the whole top floor if you play it right. Especially combined with this shielding Pixel. Whereas if you're playing Train Dining, or Mining Dining, sorry, you don't really have any power positions above. You can't hold Piano, you can't really hold Train that well. You can hold Reading, but that doesn't help. So I think that's why you see Reading as the favoured site.
Yeah, I think some teams have some good pocket strats for it, but certainly I think it's one that you pull out just when you need to try and steal a round that the attackers aren't expecting.
Yeah, Brew losing his life early there to a peek from White Window. That's a little bit unlucky. I think he could have read into that, but sounded like it might have been a wallbang actually, so a little bit unlucky. Deddy lighting up Rex quite a lot there, but taking some shots in return, and Finn gets one pick onto Mackie without taking any damage in return. I wonder where that was. Let's see if we can find out. Looks like it might have been that player repelled on one of the windows, maybe Skylight, but oh, Finn, you dirty, dirty boy. That is a nice headshot onto the repel. Finn's on a bit of a mad one at the moment. He's going to keep peeking.
Ooh, nice shot, yeah.
We kind of faulted him for... Is that the phrase? Faulted him for being aggressive last time? But this time it's working really nicely for him.
Yeah, he certainly went off the boil at the end of last map, but seems to be back on form now.
Not quite sure what happened there. It looks like he ran out of ammo, even though I'm pretty sure he had a full mag. Maybe he just expected the Jackal to be dead before he actually was. They now have top control, but only 35 seconds left, and defenders have some really nice positions to play here. Smoke canisters. I think we still have 3 in pocket. Yep, we do. And that Mozzie is playing lower white stairs, which means that any push from white is pretty unlikely. Although, as I say that, he does move away. Mozzie could kind of be revealing his position.
15 seconds to go. 10 seconds to go. Attackers drop the diffuser.
That's nice play from Mozzie, just falling back and letting the thermite chase and drop diffuser. That's now 1 more for LAGr, and Jackal has no chance of winning this round. A nice clean up for LAGr, and we talked about how LAGr were actually in a really tough spot here, but they're now 3 rounds up.
I do kind of question where Light were going then. Why was the diffuser coming down white stairs? On the thermite too, like, they had time on the clock. They could have dropped pillar and opened the read-in wall and gone for a read-in push, but instead thermite decides to come down white stairs.
Yeah, I'm not sure either. I mean, if I was going to hazard a guess, I'd say they didn't have enough drone intel to trust the pillars drop, and so they thought, we don't need to drone as much if we're going to just drop patches and push white. It's not exactly a big area that defenders could be playing, but yeah, you're right. I think time management.
I think it's just a strange spot to want to put yourself in as an attacker. Like, you come down that staircase and then, well, where do you go? Because you can't walk into read-in because you're going to be pretty sure there's an anchor in there. There's normally someone on the white staircase, which Omega was. There could be one in laundry, there could be one in the 90 hallway. Like, I think you just open yourself up to a lot of angles going down there as an attacker. Especially with that intel, of course. You know you're in a 3v1 or something. But...
yeah, it kind of appeared, now that I think about it, that they were going for the kills. I think they thought, look, the plant is off the board now, let's go for kills. Because we saw that thermite really aggressively chase the Mozzie down white staircase. If he wins that fight, maybe Zafir wins her fight. It's a different round. But
attackers have located a bomb.
yeah, it was a bit of a do or die situation that didn't work in their favor, just because LAGr did such a good job of wasting time upstairs.
10 seconds to insertion. 5 seconds left before insertion. Attackers are moving to defuse a bomb.
Looking on the scoreboard at the moment, I haven't shown you it yet, but you can see it on the sides there if you just look at the players. Lite are not doing too well for kills. I mean, they're 3-1 down, 3-0 down, so that's kind of to be expected, but they're doing... They're doing Rusty Nipple with the only people with kills in it. Yeah, only 3 kills. That's really not great. I don't want to put it on one player too much, but Aki, where was your performance last game?
Yeah,
why are you on 0 kills?
My pick for Light player of the game from last match. This time 0-3 so far. Maybe he'll turn up now. Get some kills on the board.
Yeah, sure. And if he does, I think they could bring it back. But like, if a 3-3 split or a 4-2 split for defense is probably what you're aiming for, and the fact that they're 3-0 up makes me think that this could easily go 5-1.
Which would be fantastic.
Which would be huge for LAGr. And most likely probably set us up for go to Villa. But we'll see. Still early days.
Well, I think LAGr just doing what we said they needed to, really. They're playing a little bit more passive. They're not swinging things as stupidly. And it's paying off for them now. They're getting kills from crossfires and attackers stepping into their line of sight.
Yeah, I think that's the difference, is that the aggression isn't necessarily not as present as it was before. I think the aggression is still there. We saw Finn make some great plays, but the trade potential on Cafe is much better because the map's a lot smaller. I mean, it's probably the same map rooms, same map area, but because it's over 3 floors, and each floor is quite small, it kind of allows you to make those plays, because if you die, someone's going to get your trades for you.
You can get traded up.
Which was not appearing at all last time. We even said in one of the Oregon rounds that every single gunfight was a 1v1.
Yeah, exactly.
But that's not the case here. Dedu getting the entry of the round, and Rusty Nipple and Maki finally turning up for the team, making it 5v2. That was very quickly put into the favour of Light, but maybe some unneeded aggression coming here from the Jackal, but I think he was about to catch this Maverick, the Maestro off guard. There it is. Now he has Maestro spot, and yeah, that defense fell apart very quickly. Very well played from Light to just
much better
play into the
hitting their shots.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and look at that. a flawless round after only having 3 kills. I don't know what just happened. They must have just done a little line of G Fuel or something. Mackie finding himself a kill. Speedy getting on the board finally. And Dedu again turning up. Dedu I think is has gone under the radar this whole series, but I think he's actually doing a lot for his team.
Yeah, I would agree.
Looks like he's. I'm not sure if you'd maybe class him as the flex or the second entry here. I mean, Mackie's clearly the entry player sticking the Asher every time, but when he's out of form, which he is on this map,
Defenders,
Dedu is
protect
definitely
your bombs
picking up
from
the
being
slack.
defused by attackers.
LAGr are going to go back to the top floor. They probably thought that round was over in 20 seconds. Let's try that again. I think
I wonder if they'll swap it this time and reinforce the trash walls instead. Yeah, Frey already reinforcing the one freezer wall that was open the other 2 times they defended this.
yeah,
He's
they
opening
have,
trash again though.
they have switched up the strategy. So before
10 seconds to
we
insertion.
had 1 reinforcement on each of these walls, with a line of sight closest to freezer door. But now we've kind of switched it up. We've got this long angle that you can use from across the whole map. But freezer reinforced. I think they obviously, it was hard to catch because a lot of shit happened in one go in that last round, but they obviously just realised that there was something about that line of sight which
Being
really
open.
fucked up their round the last time.
Yeah, they've taken away the shield that was in freezer as well that Finn was playing on. So I'm not sure where he's going to go and play now. Looks like he's going to go, I think. Yeah, he is.
Finn is prepping himself some runouts here. I think he's going to go for it too. I'm not sure if there's anyone for him to run out on currently. Doesn't look like there is. He's still going to go for it nonetheless.
Attackers have located a bomb.
I was going to give away his position. Nothing can be done about that. Finn has done it again though, and he's probably going to kill this Jackal. The Jackal yeeting himself down the corridor then to down the wall there to get that, and Finn again. It's these over-aggressive plays that are really hurting LAGr. It almost looked like that peak was going to work, the repeat run out. And I was quite excited because I was like, okay, finally the aggression's coming into our favour, but it's too much.
That was a little bit questionable.
Too
He went very
much.
far away from the
Yeah,
wall,
should have gone out, seen that the Jackal went down, and just ran straight back in. Not
Yeah.
contested while you're detected outside. I don't know what's going on there.
Yeah, that was a strange choice.
Omega does trade it out after a good bit of time onto Dedybird, who's been great for them so far.
Has Omega pre-placed his C4? Isn't sure he has.
Sounds like he might have. I don't think it was in pocket, was it? Come on, Ash, you know this ADS is there. Finally does clear it, and this piano control is looking good, but I don't think they have a way to get into sight quite yet. That is only a line of sight that they've got here. This is not something they can walk through currently. Not sure what their plan is going to be here. Speedy kits one onto Rex for himself. That's the Maestro down. Valcam has been feeding them intel this whole game, and now Thermite's going for something, but Brood gets Amazar and the Jackal. Mackie taking up a load of damage. He's all over the place like a proper Ashmain should be. Frey, I don't know what he's doing there. That was dumb. Loses his life, and now Brood loses his life as well, but Omega picks up one. What a nice turnaround from the Valk. Is he going to clutch it up one more time? Rusty Nipple going for the plant because he doesn't have time for anything else. Being called out though, probably from the down player, and I think he's about to clutch this. Oh my gosh, what a turn from the Thermite! 360 from the look of it onto Omega, and that was just a round of flicks at the end there to get that last kill.
Oh,
Again,
nice shot. Yeah.
I don't know what LAGr are doing with these plays. First it was Finn, and then Frey with smoke. Just
swings the trash door. The trash door.
I didn't hear any smokes get popped that whole game, but I expect way better from Frey. Yeah, I don't know what else to say there, to be honest. Why is he wide peeking
Yeah.
piano with at least two, maybe even just one smoke grenade in pocket with like 20 seconds on the clock? That it's like he's never played smoke before. Very questionable round, and I hope LAGr are saying to themselves what we're saying now, because
Yeah,
they
they
went
need to
3-0 up,
chill a
and now
little
it's just completely that like all that momentum's gone. It looks like it's a normal match
Attackers
again
need to
now,
locate and defuse
and
as
that's
many
pretty
bombs
worrying.
as they can.
I do wonder, I'd have liked to have seen maybe the Thermite's perspective at the end there for that
Attackers have discovered the location of a bomb.
because I think if Omega had finished off the down guy, I feel like he was maybe being live pinged by the down guy.
Omega was being life.
I feel like the attacker that was downed was maybe using the in-game yellow ping to ping his exact position.
Yeah, I think you're right, and even maybe not a ping, at least a call out to say that he's coming cocktail. Because you saw the way the thermite just suddenly flipped.
Yeah, well, there was only about a second left on the plant. Like, did he get it down, or did he just flick off it?
Yeah, he got the plant down, and then Omega just didn't quite get there in time to deny it.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, Omega should have won it, really, but it was just a really nice flick from the thermite, probably allowed to happen because of some good coordination and teamwork to make that call out.
I think that'll be a big confidence builder for Lite now. It's maybe a round they shouldn't have won, and they've stolen it. So.
Something slightly different here. They haven't gone with the Monty to attack Kitchen because it didn't really work before. They're actually going to opt to a top clear, which I think is the right call, because last time they kind of semi-top cleared, but then when the sledge went down to the Wami player, that control just got completely reversed. And I think if they're going to commit to vertical play, yeah, they need a full team take, to be honest, not just one player up there.
No LAGr players on the top floor, though. Are there any on the second?
None on the second either. This is a full first floor extension. You've got player playing Christmas, player playing Coat, one playing Brown Bar, and two on site. This kind of setup actually favours the attackers clearing from top, because typically attackers will use the vertical play on site, and having three players off site kind of helps them. Frey getting picked up early on the smoke, that's unfortunate. I mean, another typical angle to be held up. Frey, I think, might be a little bit rattled, if I'm honest. He's making some questionable plays here, falling to pretty common angles.
Bomb located by
He might need
attackers.
his teammates to kind of rally him a bit, to be honest. Finn is going to get Jackal tracked on the Jaeger, even though he's playing in sight. They probably already knew where he was, but still nice bit of information. Bruce still doing well to hold these angles in Christmas, although I don't think he's aware of the Nomad, and yeah, she just gets picked off there from Christmas. It's the problem with this castle barricade from Coat Window, it does not allow you to establish good crossfires. Almost a team kill coming in there, but attackers have some nice control here. Macy gets one more, but Finn with the double kill and Rex with one. Puts it straight back into a 2v2. I don't know if he knows he's just down that player, but this means Finn has the quad kill for the round to finish up here. I'm not sure where Diffuser is. I don't think it's in pocket. It's actually outside Bakery, which means they're probably not going to get this round. 4 seconds left. Jackal's got to make a crazy play here to win this. It's too late. The barbed wire coming in clutch. Wow, that was close, but they just get the round. Finn clutching up big time, making up for his aggressive plays last round to give it a 4-2 at the split.
Nice patience there, just to chill with the diffuser. He clearly knew he had it, so.
Yeah, really nicely done. This time we see Jordan stepping up as well as Finn to get the kills on the board. But I think Omega and Rex have also been pretty well. Frey's been a little bit quiet, but that often does happen with supports. It's kind of hard to tell what plays they're making from a spectator point of view. Not saying that he's playing
Yeah,
badly. I'm just
I
saying you
think
can't always notice him.
a 4-2 split, pretty standard for Cafe. LAGr will be reasonably happy with that, so we'll just see how the attacks go for them now.
Yeah, I think if they just reset at this point, they'll be in a good place. But it's going to be hard to forget that they were 3-0 up, and now they're 4-2 at the split, which is, like you say, it's a really good half. It's better than what they achieved on Oregon.
Yeah.
And so I think that is good for them. But if I was them, I would have wanted to punish Lite more for what they were doing in the first few rounds. Lite were not playing well at all.
Well, yeah, I mean, especially now when I look back at that first round. Hang on, let me answer that.
Mummy's calling.
When you look back at the first round, it now looks like a bit of a silly throw because they didn't take it too seriously. They thought they'll go for a crazy rush.
5 seconds remaining.
I think got flawless, didn't they? Or maybe they got one kill. But
Yep. And exactly, and that last round was actually really close. LAGr had to come in very clutch to get the win there. So if you take that first round into account and you take that last round into account, 4-2 split does not necessarily look good. But it's still 4-2. You know, you can't. Score doesn't lie. See how good they are at attacking. Does look like the LAGr player, is that Mackie? Yeah, he is set up to be making a crazy play here and almost gets it. Finn's pretty fortunate there, and he does get the kill onto the LAGr. I don't know why he's repeaking that. I guess at that point you kind of had to repeak it because you're prone under a window, so what else are you going to do? But
yeah, he's stuck it.
a nice kill from Finn. And look at this from Lite. They're going crazy aggressive here. The castle gets a trade back eventually, and no refrag potential there, which is kind of unlucky. It's funny how every time Lite makes an aggressive play, it works.
Yeah,
Pretty much every single time.
yeah, pretty much. I don't know what it is about the way they do it, but
They've got some pretty good play style of aggression, if you ask me. I mean, they're really passive. You look at the way they're playing now. Really, really passive. But then they can flick that switch so quickly.
yeah, they're very
just
explosive as a team, aren't they? They sort of sit and sit and sit, and then as soon as you expose yourself, boom, they run out or do something crazy and it works for them.
Nomad finally clears out Pixel
Device
and
ready.
air jabs it down as well. I'm not sure he was aware that Trashwall was open. That was a little bit risky there, but gets away with his life. Amazar has fallen below him with a C4 in hand. This could be pretty good for him. I see Nipple playing exactly where you'd expect. Maestro spot, many teams call it. Echo spot also is a good call out for it. And Miami's just still playing these white stairs. Omega gets a nice pick onto Amazar. That's the player below, so C4 off the board, probably plant denial off the board as well, unless he's Maestro turrets to set up nicely. Freezer wall now getting open, I think. Yep, that was freezer wall, not trash wall. This is really going to allow LAGr to trap players in positions while they go for a plant, and that's exactly what they're going to do.
Default plant now.
Castle wants to push out, but he knows he can't, and Wami gets one pick, but I think he can't actually rotate through there because of the air jab, and Rex has gone all the way outside here. I think he's trying to get to the roof, and now it's a 1v2. I think that's exactly what he's doing. I don't think you can play an angle from the roof onto this diffuser. Rex has to be smart here and actually drop. He does get it, and there's 17 seconds left. He gets down though, and finished off. Wami can clutch this round. He's plenty of time to get the defuse down. One round on the board from the defense of Lite.
Defenders have disabled the bomb.
Good clutch though from Lite, really. I would have said that was going to be a LAGr round. They had everyone set up in the right places. The plant went down where I thought it was going to. And then I'm not really too sure what happened. Someone took their eye off Pixel Dull, and Wamai was able to run up there and get a kill.
Yeah, it was a case of not covering the angles post-plant. They had plant down, and the Wami, I think, picked up 2 players. pushing that, and then got the final kill onto Rex as well. So he came in really clutch for that round, but he should not have been allowed to do that. I think they just relied on that air jab too much. I'm
Yeah,
not
I
even
think
sure
as
if
soon
it was
as
still
the
there.
plant goes down, it's just you can hold the pixel door really, really passively. You don't need to stand in front of it at all.
Yeah.
Especially if there's an air jab on it.
Yeah, now that we're at 4-3, it just takes one more defensive win for Lite to get back to a draw, which is what LAGr did in their first 2 defenses round. They got 2 rounds on the board. They actually got 3 in total before they even lost one, so Lite could go in the lead before LAGr have any response. Lite gonna go to reading next instead of kitchen. Personally, this would be my choice as well. I despise the kitchen
I
site.
prefer reading to
I think
kitchen myself.
Kitchen is, in my opinion, just as bad as train. I really do hate that site. I think it's just, there's too many ways to attack it, which we've already talked about. But reading is essentially the same as attacking top floor.
5 seconds remaining.
And in fact, it's actually safer than defending top floor, because if you lose top floor,
Attackers are moving
you
out
can
to
go
locate a
downstairs
bomb
and you still have site control, whereas if you lose top floor when the site's there, well, you lose site. So, yeah, I think reading's the best site. I think it's probably shown to be the best site at Pro League level as well.
Yeah, I think if you know how to play it, then it's a very, very strong. It reminds me a little bit of Double Bar on Coastline. If you know how to play that and you set it properly for it, then that's a very strong site as well.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. Also reminds me a little bit of Ventilation on Border, how the kind of
great map for us.
how the site itself is actually really poor, but the fact that you can play really strong power positions on the map and not lose sight because of them allows it to become a really good site. As expected, going for a top-down clear here. I think LAGr need to be careful that Lite aren't going to get super aggressive here. Rex is solo on this rappel on the east side of the map. If he gets run out on, there will be 0 trade potential, but he is being cautious of that. He's watching a lot of his runouts. And I think he knows Maki's there as well. Brew gets a pick onto Speedy. I think Rex is aware that he's getting taken up now. Brew actually with a double kill on the round. Missing all the action here, apologies for that. And they are hard pushing into Cocktail. And Brew with a triple kill on the round. That's great play. He's just thought, you know what, guys, let's just get kills. What kill on the round? Brew for the ace. If he gets over aggressive here, he might do badly, but oh, he almost gets the ace. That's really unfortunate. You can't fault him for going for it, to be honest. That was nice. Legion, the last player alive, finally gets picked off, and Rex finishes Amazar. That is
I don't
much
even
more
really
of
know
what you
what
want to
happened
see.
there. There wasn't even. I don't even know what the attack strategy was. It just seemed to be Jordan said, "Hey guys, everybody chill. I'm just gonna, I think maybe drop Skylight. Is that what he did? And just go and kill everybody."
Yeah, a bit of a poor spectating on my behalf there, so we didn't quite get to see what was going on.
I don't know
there.
where he came in from.
I have
but
no idea.
He was in Cocktail and he killed everybody up there. So
I
that's all
think
that matters.
what may have happened is some early drone work came in, and they realised that the only players are actually playing Cocktail, and they just dropped Skylight and went for them. And they just said, we
they
win
maybe
these
triple
gunfights.
pushed it and just went, take it.
Yeah, Finn, Jordan, and Omega, I think, were all there with Frey droning, Rex on the rappel to watch for any sneakily runaways, and they just hit it hard. We are now looking 2 points away from victory for LAGr.
Attackers need to locate and defuse as many bombs
And
as
this
they
is a
can.
better start than Lite had on their attacks. That round was extremely confidently won
Attackers have located a
from
bomb.
LAGr as well, so
Jordan just messaged me. Who's the standout players now?
oh, they were definitely listening to us between maps then.
Yeah.
Oh, that's funny. Well, Jordan, for if you watch this game back, congrats, man. That was a really sick round. A very nice quad kill. I'm pretty glad you didn't get the ace, but I'm also kind of glad because we would never hear the end of it.
If you'd got the ace, I'd have had to have hyped you up too much, so glad you didn't get it.
5 seconds.
We'd be hearing about it for weeks, and I just can't be asked for that.
Attackers are heading out to defuse the bomb.
Nice to see Amazar's finally got himself some kills on the board. I'm not sure when they happened, but for a long time he was sitting on a donut. And actually, now I think about it, the whole of Lite have kind of come into their own a bit now in this match. The kills are kind of evenly spread as you would expect for the roles that they're playing on the team. Yeah, I think they've definitely are playing a lot better than they did right at the beginning of the map. Finn, I don't even know how you've got there. If you somehow managed to silent drop, that's great, but don't get cocky and be too aggressive here. You've got yourself a nice early pick. Do not go and get traded out. The aggression's still coming through, but this time LAGr players have caught up with Finn, which is good, because it means that if he does get picked on this aggression, he is going to be able to trade it out. And I think they know that there's players in train now. This top clear does have to come in fast, so if they can't clear this vigil quickly, it's not going to be good for them. I'm not sure they know he's in dining and not train at the moment. It is vigil, so it will be hard for them to know. Very nice from Finn to get a double kill on the round, and that's 5v3 halfway through the round. Full top control established. Here are a couple of air jabs going down, which you'd hope is brown stairs, red stairs, and white stairs.
Plenty of time to just watch them set up this freezer take now. I'm assuming that's what they're going to do.
Bomb located by attack.
Yeah, and if they go for that, if they can get brown control and go for that, then they pin this castle in coat. And they only leave 2 players versus 4, maybe 5 to go here. And Finn with the triple kill on the round, maybe he wants an ace for himself as well. 2 players left on site. It's on for Lite if they play this smart, but it's LAGr's round to lose currently. Lots of drone work coming in, which is good discipline from LAGr. 5v2, but they still want to know where the enemies are before they make any moves. I think they're aware of that Freezer is the place to push. They haven't really been able to get any of the...
They could take freezer or red walls, really.
I think that's what we just heard, actually. Frey opening up red walls. And actually, he's in for the plant now, but he didn't know there was a rotate bakery. Plant's going down now. And Bandit gets a pick. If this plant goes down successfully, I think this is an easy round. And it is. They just need to play this smart now. 3v2, 3v1 as Bandit's the only one alive, and he falls to Zofia, just holding angles. Nicely done from LAGr. I think it was a bit chaotic at the end, not too much thought put into it, but because they had man advantage, they were confident that if we just get ourselves in positions where the defenders can't move, they walk into our lines of sight, then we'll win the round. And that's exactly what happened.
Yeah, I got a little bit worried there because they had the top control for such a long time, and yet the obviously didn't decide on a push because the bandit battery was still on freezer, and that's why Frey decided to go for red instead. But then as he was rotating to open red wall, they took the bandit batteries off the freezer. I think it was Jordan went above and shot them off. Like, make the decision and don't wait until the 20 seconds left on the round to be doing it, you know?
Yeah, and it's kind of funny. I saw this, almost an identical play to that happen in another game that I watched the other day, and I forget which one it was, but Thermite's there at freezer wall, pinging the wall, clearly asking on comms for his teammates to go and get bandit batteries above. And part of me just thinks, just go do it yourself.
Yeah,
like, it's not far to run up white, go into dining, shoot them, and then go back down and do it. I mean, rotating to red wall and opening that probably took longer than it would have taken to just open freezer. Yeah. And then a little bit of miscommunication for then to send Jordan upstairs to do it, even though you're not now attempting to take freezer.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with choosing to then go and open the red wall, but I mean, bring the players with you then to do it. You don't need to take the freezer wall off.
Yeah. But again, I think that round was won in the early stages of the round, getting such a nice man advantage. Jesus Christ, I have 9+ Discord notifications. I hope I'm not doing anything wrong here.
No, it's just Freda shouting at you, I think, to start the game. He was very rude to us in team chat. I can confirm to you that when Jordan got his 4K, they dropped Red Hatch, not
Okay, so actually a standard push, but just executed nice and quickly, which is good efficiency.
Attackers dropped the diffuser.
So I was just ignoring the spectator cam for a second and reading. Apologies for that. We are back to top floor, which, if I remember correctly, was won not necessarily comfortably by Lite, but it certainly was won in a nice manner with a nice clutch. Two players stacked up on Pixel here despite no shield, and both of them have been super lit from it. They do eventually fall off.
What are they doing there?
Yeah, that was peculiar. Speedy
Well,
much
Mai
one
has
shot.
his shield in pocket. I think he was late on the setup.
He was
and
late
wanted
on
to do
sub,
that.
and that's a bit unfortunate. I think actually probably what happened there was the castle came to hold the window while he put his shield up.
Yeah,
But
I think that's what
whoever
happened.
it was repelled just thought, you know, I'm not letting you do that. That's way too powerful. An opportunity to give up.
Yeah, that's Pixel shield cleared with 0 utility used.
Yeah, that's really nice. And they also have breach open from Hibana instead of the thermite, so they still have quite a lot of hard breach utility in pocket. They've got nicely piano control, and Jordan's holding the flank. So I like what's happening here for LAGr. Only a minute 15 left though. They do need to make some decisions about execute. Still a 5v5, so this is going to be some 20-second meta shit that we're about to see here. Thrashwall might be getting opened. Yeah, here it is. I thought it might have been muted then, but Amazar choosing to put his jammers somewhere else actually. They need to be careful that they keep holding this Pixel door, because that's what they failed to do last time, and there is still a player very close to Pixel who could make those plays.
Yeah,
This
Finn
castle
holding it right now.
is about to die. There he is. Nice play from Finn. Not sure if he heard the player then that did that. Oh, and Bandit's legs get lit up as well. Finn's going super aggressive here. Shouldn't have done that, Finn. Gets picked up by the Wami. But here's the plant going down, and I think the planter heard the Wami do that. Rex gets one more kill, and here's that Pixel peek again. Nice from Musty Nipple to get one more, but it's now a 2v2 as Omega picks up one more. They need to go for plant here, or they need to go for kills. They need to choose which they're going to do. They do get one kill.
Attackers have recovered their diffuser. 5 seconds
And
remaining.
this is going to be hard for Omega to clutch. He opted to go for plant. I think that's the wrong decision. It is. Rusty Nipple picks a kill. Again, top floor one for
Dare
Light.
I say a bit of a throw from LAGr there?
I think you might be right. I think you might be.
Finn found himself in freezer without. I don't think they knew he was there, and that's such a strong position to just sit in and hold.
Yeah.
You can hold the
Yeah.
rotate back in, and instead he steps in front of the freezer door and gets absolutely destroyed from behind from the person playing Echo Spot.
Yeah, and it's a silly play because, you know, at the time it happened all in a matter of seconds, so you can't think at this speed. I understand that, but you've just killed a player in bar. They know you're by trash or by bar. A lot of people call it. You're probably going to rotate into freezer. I think all the defenders expected that, oh shit, they have freezer control, which probably meant all guns pointed at freezer as soon as that happens,
Yeah.
because freezer's such a power position. For Finn to just like expose himself like that to the angle from cocktail bar is puzzling. Just because he wanted to finish off a bandit that he shot the feet off. I think Finn
Attackers
needs
need
to,
to locate
you know,
and defuse bombs.
think about his aggression a bit more then. I mean, we keep talking about aggression. I'm not sure why it's become the focus of this series, but it does seem to be the kind of deciding factor
I
in a
think
lot of
because
rounds.
it's been
just,
working for Light, but not for LAGr. Like,
yeah.
that's why it's such a big talking point, because it's how the rounds are being won and lost.
Yeah, definitely. And I don't know if it's maybe LAGr's team lineup for this game, or if it's playing with new players. Finn's quite new to the roster. Omega's fairly new to the roster. He's subbed for a while, but he's not been much of a main roster player for a while.
5 seconds
And I think
left.
players are maybe opting to rely a bit on their own personal skill than the team cohesion,
Attackers' objective
which
is
is
to
understandable.
locate a bomb
Sometimes you
and
do have to
defuse it.
resort to that, but it's about that balance, and that round the balance was not good.
Still in a very strong position though, LAGr. They're 6-4 up and attacking the kitchen again, which went very well for them last time. But if they do commit for this top clear, which I think they are going to do, then I just want them to execute onto the freezer a little bit quickly. Get the bandit batteries off. Don't waste so much time, really, because they almost stalled out last time.
Yeah, you're right. Finn doing some early drone work into site is not the worst idea for an Ash main. I think it just means that it allows the top floor players to do a bit of droning before he decides to entry, and they get a bit of info on site. They've chosen to put Vigil upstairs now, and if Finn isn't careful, he is alone, so he needs to be smart about this, because the Vigil location is not going to be known. He takes loads of damage to Vigil and is now playing by the ladder. Comes back for a repeat, and Finn just says, that was dumb. He probably was just saying, wow, you're a noob. Speedy trades it back out pretty quickly onto Rex. I'm not quite sure what that was.
Oh, that was very dumb. Why did he repeat that?
I think Rex maybe just tried to enter through red stairs and just gets picked up very quickly by Castle. Castle's now just going to play passively and fall back to a bit lower on the stairs. And attackers are really spread out now. There's actually one on each floor. Oh no, Zophia's
Who the hell did he kill? Or was it on red stairs?
I think it was, yeah, I think it was on red stairs. The Sledge is off the board, so it's not going to be as much vertical play, but Zofia has brought her breaching charges, so there's some kind of utility here to make vertical angles, and he's going to just do the 3 common spots, I think.
I wonder if he'll open the wall on site now with his Zofia, the breach launcher, to get the angle onto the bomb chassis.
Yeah, that is an angle known to LAGr, so you would hope that that is what they're going to do. Doesn't look like Omega's going to go for that though. He's rotating himself to brown stairs. And if we look up at the setup from the defenders, they're still holding deep with 30 seconds left, so either playing for a retake or just playing to hold site here. Castle and LAGr playing together, Smoke, Bandit playing together, so they have good crossfire potential, but it just depends on how the attackers decide to finish this round. Finn's probably going to go for an aggressive peek here, and he wins it, which is great for his team. The breach is now open,
Bomb located by attackers.
and Thermite is solo in sight, probably going to go for a plant here. I'm not sure if he's going to be able to get it off though, because it's now a 2v2. Smoke making some crazy plays, and he gets one more as well. That's the round. Smoke has clutched it up huge for them. Maki deciding that 0 kills after 3 rounds isn't good enough. I need some clutches to add to my name for this game. And now we're at 6-5. A little bit scary.
Big momentum builder for Lite, that one. They'll fancy themselves now coming into this potentially final round.
Yeah, and this has become a crazy series between these two teams, extremely evenly matched. Both maps going to match point, potentially both maps going to OT. So this is make or break time for LAGr again. I think OT. I'm not sure who's defending first on OT. I'm pretty sure it's Lite.
Hello.
Which isn't good for a starter, but they do have to go reading now, since they've just won 2 defenses on the bounce. And reading, have we
They
seen
got
reading?
destroyed.
They got
last time.
destroyed,
It was
right?
Jordan's round, I think,
Yeah,
wasn't
the
it?
Jordan near ace round.
Bombs defused by attackers.
It's hard to say how this round is going to go because of that, because I doubt we'll see a repeat of that.
I would be very surprised if Lite let LAGr get away with a play like that again.
Yeah. But then, you know, now that we've been informed by our team that it was just a red hatch drop and a clean sweep across the top floor, part of me says that maybe we will see that again.
Yeah, possibly.
Because I was expecting it to be a skylight rush, or I'm not really sure, to be honest, that led to that kind of clean sweep across the top floor, but they did it in a pretty standard way, I guess.
5 seconds left before insertion. Attackers are moving to defuse the bomb. Attackers dropped the diffuser. Attackers recovered the diffuser.
Wami is really not sure where to put this magnet, and he finally decides. Looks like the same setup, I think. I mean, pretty much all teams set up the same way for this site. You'll reinforce the piano hatch. You'll probably reinforce both freezer walls and cocktail default wall as well. They haven't done top red, which means free access to swap between red stairs and piano for the attackers, but
Not Holden Pixel though. The defense is set back into cocktail more, so because they
yeah,
don't mind giving it back control.
was that the same as last time? Were they holding Pixel last time? I don't quite remember.
Didn't notice. I don't think they were. No. The thing with setting the defense back like this though, and only holding cocktail and not electing to hold Pixel for this site, is if they open the piano hatch into train, that could set the attackers up for a nice push through the fireplace into the dining site, if they choose to do that.
There's a couple of gunfights going over from new balcony to cocktail. Finn's just snaking his way around here, thinking he's going to try get a pick here. He sees the feet of the castle and he does find him. This could very easily be a repeat of last time. Defenders smartly giving up the top floor, and Rex I think misses a few shots there. Playing on white window. It wasn't quite white window because it's casted off, so fair play for the defenders to retreat back to site this time with an extra man than last time. Good efficiency, still a minute left. It's going to depend how LAGr execute here. From the way the defense is set up, a reading take is probably the most viable, but whether LAGr know that, it's going to depend on what they do with their drones,
Bomb located by attackers.
and what they do with the IGLing, how they clear sight, how they play vertically. Rex gets one more onto Dedu, and this has really set them up nicely. 44 seconds left on the round. Maestro's playing reading, so he's an important player for them. Looks like he's taking a vertical gunfight here, but he can't quite pick up anyone from it. He does finally get finished off from reading door. That's not the vertical play. Finn on a double kill for the round. We're now in a 5v2. They just need to take it slow. They need to play this properly. 5v1 now. This is almost certainly a LAGr win. I really don't see the Legion clutching this up. He hears the player red corridor, but wallbangs weren't in the right place. Looks like crossfires are set up pretty nicely now, and the last player falls. LAGr finally get themselves a win for this series, and we're now looking at 1-1. We're going to be going to Villa, ladies and gentlemen.
That is exciting.
I am
I
excited.
don't think many people would have predicted this.
I don't think so too, and for those who don't know, this is, I think, the final cup game of the quarterfinals. I think actually maybe it's the third one, not the final one. And it's the only one that's gone to the third map. The first one between Bong and Rain could have gone to the third map, but unfortunately Rain had to forfeit the match because one of their players had a personal emergency that meant they couldn't finish the game, which is really unlucky, but both teams understood the situation, and Bong took the win there. And then the second game of the cup was... What was the second game of the cup? Or is this the second game of the cup?
I
There's
don't
so
know.
many games in SSL these days. I don't even know. We had... What have we had? Have we had TC Hex? Isn't that... Yeah, we just had TC Hex, right?
Oh, was that a cup game? I thought that was a league game.
No, so that was a cup game, but obviously we only saw Cafe because Hex had also some personal problems with mics not working, with PS4s freezing, with subs not being available.
He did win that first map 7-0, so that was a very decisive.
I would have been very surprised to see that go to the third map if it had carried on, to be honest. I think maybe Hex could have, I don't know, 7-4, something like that, to TC for the second map, but to get 7-0'd on Cafe is pretty huge.
Yeah.
I'm going to be asking the teams if they want a little break or if they want to go straight in, but if they are, we'll be soon going to Villa.
At this point, me to one-tap someone.
Hello, boys. You guys want a break again, or are you happy to continue?
Nah, 5v4.
Isn't it
No.
Villa? Oh no, it's club. I thought it was Villa. Yeah, I've been lying to everyone this whole time. How could I? Who is attacking first? It's LAGr defending.
Yeah.
Wait, so are we taking a little break here, or are you happy to go in as soon as?
Well, first we need to
I'm happy to
get
go in as
friends
soon
in.
as.
Okay, we'll wait for your player to join back, and then we're ready. If you guys just ready up again when you're ready to go. That's cool. Okay, no break again. They will be jumping straight into the map, and I was mistaken. It's not Villa. It's actually Clubhouse.
It's Clubhouse.
Which I don't know from how this series has gone so far how Clubhouse could go at all. I'm kind of struggling to predict Club at all. I don't know. What do you think?
Um, yeah, clubs are very hit and miss map for LAGr. Sometimes they do very, very well on it. They absolutely smashed momentum on it in Rejuvenation League the other day, or a week or so ago. But then the game against Tea Over Coffee in SSL, our first league match of the season, was super competitive on club. So I can't really call
Yeah,
it.
and how these two games have gone so far, this is almost certainly going to be a competitive matchup. I am expecting at least, you know, what's it called when you're on match point and the other team is one round away from getting a draw? I don't know what that's like. Match point? Match point? I don't know what it's called, but
Series point. I don't know.
yeah, but basically match point, but where the other team only needs to win one more round to go to overtime. Um, I think we're gonna at least get that. If not, we're gonna get overtime for club, which is gonna make it a very late night for both of us. It's been a pretty long
Yeah,
cast so far.
I
I'm
think it'll
kind of
be
knackered, but
a close map.
yeah, and actually, I don't know how experienced Lite are with best of threes, but I can say for LAGr we are not that experienced with best of threes, so
Yeah.
game fatigue is gonna take its toll a little bit here. I mean, anybody who plays comp is pretty used to staying up all night playing Siege, probably. So it's not like nobody's played Siege for 3 hours straight before. But
It is pretty intense though playing
it's
comp compared
yeah,
to ranked.
the intensity is much higher. They've just done. How long did those games last? So we started at about 7:10, and
Mm,
it's now
hmm
20 to 10 with pretty much no break in between. I think probably
A
about two
little
minutes
one.
break between. Um, so they've pretty much been playing non-stop for 2 and a bit hours, which is really intense. I'm kind of glad I'm not playing now, to be honest. Um,
They using
yeah,
a sub. They've got a new guy,
they've
Frenzy.
got a guy called Frenzy, and let's check out their sub and see if we can say anything about him. Plat 3 player, pretty high
Ben said
level,
start. I
and
don't know if everyone is ready, but he said go.
okay. Let me just go game chat. There, they've got people in game chat. Both teams,
Good, man.
both teams ready?
Yeah,
Yeah,
we're
we're
ready.
ready.
I don't know about them.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Hey,
let's go. Let's go.
you played mid, no?
I think so.
Okay, well, it's finally time to hop in to the final map. This is actually kind of hype. I'm not gonna lie. This is the SSL Cup, so this is knockout. This is if you lose this map now, there are
Loser
no
goes
more
home.
SSL. Yeah, loser goes home. Obviously there's still SSL League games to play, which is quite a long ordeal. You get a game a week, but the SSL Cup is kind of hot property. Uh, Currently owned by Bong. Is
Yep.
that right? Yep, Bong
hmm
Gaming. Who are through to the semi-finals. So it's just about deciding who is the next team to join them there. I goddamn hope it's LAGr, but I'm gonna try to keep this cast as unbiased as possible, even
Yeah.
though we've probably been super biased already.
Well, you know.
It's a shame we don't know too much about Light because Light, from
Yeah,
what
it
we've
is
seen
really
about them
because
so far,
if
they're
we
a
were
really
playing
great team.
against like if we were playing against like Revenants or
Yeah,
Tea Over Coffee or I don't know, a team that we know a lot about, then
yeah,
we'd be able to give a lot more insight into the players and things they're doing.
yeah, and I think that's actually kind of the beauty of this SSL season is that although it was extremely annoying for myself and my admins that loads of teams suddenly dropped out and we had to scramble to
Yeah.
find new teams, we actually have this kind of like weird half and half of teams that played in season one, teams that know a lot about each other, um, that are also apparently favourites from a lot of the interviews I've done with players. A lot of people talking about LAGr, Bong, and Revenants as the kind of power teams of this league. But then on the other side, you also have teams like Tea Coffee, who is a completely new comp team, who just 7-0'd Another completely new comp team, to be fair, but they've got players with experience playing comp, and you've got teams like Lite who I don't know anything about. Um, and it's great to kind of get to know these teams, get to see what they're about, and go head to head
Yeah,
with them
it's a
because
good mix.
this series is good. I'm enjoying it so far. Who's our final
Ooh, Lyle
team?
whipping out the gym strat first again.
Attackers need to locate and defuse as many bombs as they can.
That is interesting.
I wonder if they're using Pig's gym strat or
They
if
are
they're
not,
using Pig's gym strat.
because they don't love me.
Boo!
They're going to be going with a strategy that relies on holding CCTV, and a strategy that relies on the Thatcher ban, which I actually missed the bans. We didn't really talk about those. So
I
that you can hold
completely missed the
jacuzzi,
ban, so I hope there
war.
isn't a rehost because I have absolutely no
Yeah,
idea. Who
let's go back on the stream a little bit and have a look. We got a Thatcher ban, we got a Nomad
10
ban,
seconds left.
a Cade ban, and an Echo ban. So
5
Echo
seconds left.
pretty standard, Thatcher very standard. Nomad and Cade, not something you
Attackers
see every day.
locate
I
a
mean,
bomb and defuse it.
Cade does go hand in hand with the Thatcher ban on
Yeah,
club.
he does.
Pretty rare that you won't see that unless a team is going to really focus on Maverick to open up hatches. But
Which team banned Nomad, you know?
what did you say, Pricey? So I was talking to my padre.
Which team banned Nomad, do you know?
It was the second attacker ban, which means it would have been Lite who did it.
I wonder if they're gonna go for a super heavy roam defense then.
They've actually done some great work there. Not impact tricking, Zephyr tricking to stop the bandit trick coming through. Maybe should have read into that after the first one went down, but I think that's something for them to adapt to next round. This shield setup is definitely going to help them though now that they've lost the jacuzzi wall, and this castle barricade from logistics as well is going to protect him, even if they lose logistics. It's hard to say what's going to happen on Jim. You never really know how the round's going until it happens, you know. Finn picks up Anazar, which is the Maverick off the board, if I'm not mistaken. I think that's over on CC side. We've still got players over there trying to do some work. But obviously not quite enough. The Thermite has made his way into bathroom though, and he has diffusers, so he has to be careful that he doesn't get too aggressive there. Picks up the... Oh, he doesn't pick up the castle. Okay, he finally does, but then becomes fully flashed by his own teammates. Then Mackie picks up one more. It's a 3v4 now. A minute left. They do have time. Finn with another kill. That's a double kill now for the round. Omega did see the Thermite there, and he's smart enough not to re-peek that. Finn's just spotted a player rafters, and I think he's going to stay here to try and contest that, because that basically puts him into a 2v2 on site. Diffuser is going down. And the cover just completely left at the time he needed it. Trades it out though, but the plant didn't go down. We're now in a 1v2 with Finn the last man alive. Let's see if he can clutch this. One player is really far off site, and now Plant's going to be going down for Mackie. If he doesn't secure this plant, then this round is over, because the other player is so far away. Oh, and the Zephyr drops. Unlucky Finn. Not too much you could have done about that. This is going to be extremely hard for him to clutch. Like, the players coming up behind him on main stairs as well. This is unlikely, but you gotta push, Finn. You haven't got long. That's unlucky. A good attempt from LAGr to throw off Lite and go Jim first round. It didn't work out for them, but it was close.
Yeah, a brave,
wow,
a brave decision.
What? Mackie, watch this, Pricey. That was something special.
Oh, just through the floor? Damn.
Yeah, that is nice.
I think LAGr can take some confidence though from that, by just how close that round was, and that I know is our third best site.
Yeah. Yeah, a few things went wrong, you know, with the the bandit not being able to trick, with Thermite being allowed to walk into bathroom, but the fact that they still got it down into a post-plant 1v2 is pretty good. And actually, Finn was really close to winning that round. If he saw the Zephyr
Yeah,
on the plant, that's an easy win. Like
yeah.
the other player was
He's just a
far
little
too
bit
far
unlucky.
away
Protect
from
your bombs
sight
from being
to
defused
do
by
anything
attackers.
about that. Yeah, they should have their heads high after that round, despite being a loss.
I do wonder if the construction hatch was open because when Omega peeked the construction door and Thermite shot at him, you said he's smart enough not to re-peek it. I would have maybe liked to have seen him drop that hatch and try and either come at main or just play below with Mozzie C4.
Yeah, that's a good idea, and I don't think any intel ops were in play for that round. But if he's done his
10
homework,
seconds
he
to
should
go.
know where default plant spots are for Jim. And he could have just had the call in
5
from
seconds left.
players that that's where they were planting, because you saw Frey react to the plant sound, so it was
Attackers
definitely
are
called
moving out
out.
to locate a bomb and defuse it.
Looks like we're going to be having a
Bomb
rehost
diffuser
here.
has been
Not
dropped.
quite sure why. Let's just have a quick look at Discord as to what is going on here. They did call rehost in the prep phase, so I think that's a legitimate rehost.
I mean, they all left during the prep phase. As long as you pick the same operators and same site, then. I'm gonna go for a P while you sort this out.
Okay, no problem. I haven't been checking on the ping, but apparently LAGr is saying there's a player with over 180 ping, which probably gonna have to do something about if that persists. I really hope that they can sort that out. I'd hate for this series to finish on something like that, but yeah, I think we all know that playing against people on anything over about 100 ping can be pretty hellish, and nobody wants that. Oh, now I have to remember the bands. We had Thatcher. We had someone weird. Who was it? Nomad. We had Cade, and we had... Oh god, Echo. Yes, nailed it. Match starting on attack. It's orange team. Who starts on OT? I don't think I even set that last time. Light defend OT. There's gym bedroom and orange team on. Okay, we're all set up and ready to go. I'll try to do some filler conversation while Pricey's gone to the toilet. So, the next site that they're going to is CCTV. Probably, I don't know if it's the strongest site. I think it's a pretty close call between Armory and CCTV. Personally, I think Armory's better overall. But from what I know about LAGr, I think we're better at CC. So I think that's maybe our preferred site. It'll be interesting to see what Lite do, because I do not know much about Lite and how they play club. This game so far is becoming a very long game, and I think from what I can see in the game channel in the Discord server, people are getting pretty tired. People are getting kind of not frustrated. That's not the word, but tensions is very high right now. I think whoever wins this game is going to be very hype. Whoever loses is going to be pretty down about it. Which, not to sound cruel, but that's exactly what I want. I think that's what makes competition so good, is that when you win it's great, when you lose it's pretty bad. Just waiting for the final player of Team Light to get into this match.
Back.
Hello. Light seem to be taking a pretty long time to get back in here.
What's happening?
They've actually rehosted every single map, which is a little bit frustrating, and I'm sure LAGr are not going to be too pleased with that.
That's the old Rebel mind games, mate. They love a rehost Rebel.
Yeah, I mean, all I've been saying so far is just about the site preferences on this map. I know how you feel, but personally, I think we're, as a team, better at defending CC. But I think generally, actually,
Yeah.
Armory is a better site. I think actually, um,
I
we're
personally
just not
prefer
that good
Armour.
at it. Yeah, I prefer it, but I think we're better at CC. It's
Yeah,
a weird
I
thing,
agree.
right? It's a bit like like we said with cafes. I actually think reading's the best site, but our results
Yeah,
don't
it's
say that.
not the
It's
one you go
just
to.
on paper, it's the best site. Not sure what's going on with Light here. They're not actually replying to anything, and we're still waiting for two players to get in. So we're going to see how this match is going to carry on. Okay, we have one back, and just waiting for one more. So many things to remember. Did they make that sub this game, or was it last game? I don't actually remember that. I think it was for this game, wasn't it? They got a new player.
Yeah, it was. It's the Freezy guy. I don't remember what his name is. That's who we're waiting for.
Okay, let's go.
Have you got the lobby all set up, yeah?
Yeah. Okay, we're finally back in it. First round went to Light. It was a pretty close round. I really bloody hope I've got this the right way around. It looks like I do. Please be the right way around. Yes, it is. Thank God for that. So I offered them the opportunity to change sites, change operators because the rehost was called during the drone phase. But they just said that let's just stick it. So we're going to see the same site, same operators. And it looks like we're going to be playing some Jägerwami stack with shields again. And attackers.
Yeah, I think you stack the rafters position for
Yeah.
this site. Could be pretty strong. To have to get the whoever is playing there out of it.
Yeah, and if I'm kind of going off the two lineups, I think that is going to be actually really strong because they've only got Zofia. Zofia obviously only has 2 impact charges, and if she doesn't lose them really wisely, then there's probably going to be a shield still standing. I mean, Maverick has
Defenders,
nades,
protect your bombs from being defused
but,
by attackers.
so it's nice to be able to fall back onto that, but I don't know. I'm not convinced that they're going to be able to burn all of this utility and get both shields with the lineup they have.
Yeah, there's only the 3 durables from Thermite on the board. And there's the utility as well. I think if whoever plays on the rafters, they'll need to play it quite smart. I think just don't overexpose yourself, and that'll be a very, very strong position to hold.
Yeah, something you don't see every day is this Twitch pick coming in from Frenzy, the new player subbed in for Team
5
Light.
seconds left before insertion.
I don't really get it.
Attackers objective
'Cause they've got a
to locate
Maverick.
bomb and defuse it.
It's like
Yeah, neither do I, to be honest.
it's like I'm not against the Twitch pick at all. I think Twitch it will be unexpected. It will probably work. I think I'm having some connection issues again. Okay, I'm good. Yeah, it will work because people won't expect it. But like, why? When you have Maverick. I mean, the Maverick. Yeah, I mean, this is it's kind of weird because the Maverick's not going for the wall. Oh, he is going for the wall. Why have they? Yeah, I'm not going to question it. I'm going to see how they do it. Wow, a lot of shots towards the Maverick have completely scared him off there. Looks like they're taking quite a long time to open this breach. Okay, I like this. The Maverick holes are for the IQ to play an extremely hard to contest angle, and then the Thermite is used to open the breach. I like it. And that's why they brought the Twitch as well as the Maverick, because it allows them to get rid of breach denial without having to use Maverick, and it also allows them to get this like sneaky line of sight. Jordan taking some hits on rafters, but he is still alive, which is extremely important. He needs to play this really passively if he's going to win this round. We do have a nice reinforcement of Garage, which protects him from breach, but they're definitely trying to clear him out. Spotted on drone as well.
Attackers recovered the bomb diffuser.
All of the Lite players currently just stacked up outside breach, and that impact grenade actually almost killed Jordan, sitting on very low health now. It's gonna take literally one bullet to clean him up. So he needs to play even more passive than before. Finn, another kill for him. He's playing pretty well this map so far in the second round. Gets a kill. Zafira is just gonna go straight in and kill the player playing rafters. C4 misses and the smoke canister comes in to clear out the Twitch, and unlucky from Rex. I think he should have really predicted that Garage was lost and that there would be players there, although here comes Valk to try retake Garage from below. She's in a good position to try and deny any plants here. There's a player down outside and Rex, and one more gets knifed, one more goes down, and now it's just the IQ left. I'm not sure where the other player was who was left alive. I think it was one quick pick from Finn and one more from Frey, so nicely cleaned up from LAGr in a pretty hectic round in the end.
Yeah, a real chaotic round at the end there.
Very nicely pulled back on what looked like they might lose a round, but the reality is that yeah, you can have Garage control, but if it's that late in the round, we're just going to throw C4s at you, we're just going to throw smoke canisters at you, and we're going to stop you being able to plant. And that's exactly what they did.
Yeah.
And it worked very well.
I think Jordan held that for long enough. It was good enough to just stall them out for a while. And yeah, I guess teams are learning now. It's not so much about holding the CC wall anymore, because there's so many ways that the attackers can open it. You're better off just accepting it's going to be opened and learning how to play around that instead.
Yeah, definitely. You know, we saw the wall was electrified with bandit batteries, but there was no attempt for a trick. There was none of that. They kind of just said, look, we'll make him waste a bit of time, make him use up some utility to clear that, but we know it's going to get lost in the end. Back to Armory. Not back to Armory, sorry. The first time going to Armory. Don't want to go to gym again, but I don't think anyone's surprised by that. Looks like an SSG hold.
Yep, SSG operator's coming out.
Yeah. I don't think we saw any 6-picks, which means that
10 seconds left before insertion.
unless Lite have been sleeping under a rock for the last 4, 5 months, 6
5
months,
seconds to
then they know exactly what to expect from this.
Attackers are moving out to locate a bomb and defuse it.
I'm interested to see how they're going to play this. It looks like either a top clear from CC side is coming through, or a blue push is coming through.
To top clear an SSG strat.
Yeah, I think they are going to commit to this top clear. You see the way that Hibana is. Actually, Hibana's going for kitchen hatch over there, but Twitch and Ash are both up here trying to go in here. The Twitch makes a very aggressive play and picks up Finn. I don't think he was actually expecting that to happen. If he's playing the SSG hold right, he shouldn't be there. He should have already fallen way back. The SSG hold is not about getting kills on the top floor, it's about wasting time. But again, that was pretty aggressive from Twitch. I don't think we can say he played that poorly. The other top floor player has dropped, so they're both in bar now, and they're now opening up stock hatch. Vigil also drops, which makes me think that Omega's position might be unknown. He's just going to hide in this little corner of bar, and I wouldn't be surprised if he pockets himself a kill. castle barricade currently is protecting Mackie from this strange position that is being held. And Jordan gets a trade. That means that the castle player's position is known, but if I'm not mistaken, he has dropped. Which is good timing for him to do that. Yeah, he's already sat back in blue now. And with a minute left, 4v4, this is looking pretty good for the attackers. For the defenders. Lots of goo mines around site. No castle barricades to deal with, but Jordan is still holding this crazy weird angle on the stairs. As the vigil is pretty nicely done. That flashbang is going to make him head for the hills though. Straight back to Moto. And he escapes with his life, which I did not expect to happen. That Moto hatch rotate should definitely have been cut off. It wasn't. And that was a big misplay. 44 seconds now. Dirt is going to be one of the focus areas here, but with Frey playing the mute there, shotgun in the hand, I do not think that this Thermite is going to get through, especially with how low health he's on. Mackie's made his way into Moto. Amazar also playing the Moto hatch, and Speedy, I think, is by on main stead. He sees Rex there, and Frey gets a trade into the Thermite. Trades come back and forth, IQ goes down. It's now 3v2. 15 seconds on the board. The push is going to have to come from main stairs and Moto. What a flick from Jordan for the triple kill, and Frey gets one more on a nice long angle from Armory and closes out the round. Nicely done from Team LAGr to pretty near perfectly pull off the SSG strat.
Yeah, good hold. Good timing, really. It's all down. The SSG hold is all about knowing when to drop, knowing when to fall back and give up the control. And LAGr pulling that off perfectly there. We are going back to gym bedroom now, though. And are we going to see the pig strat?
Yeah, I'm interested to see it. It doesn't look like we are. I think the one time we've tried that was on a scrim on the fly without dry running it, and I think without me in the lineup, they're probably thinking that it's too complex for them to execute right now. And they were pretty close with the round before as well.
Yeah.
Lite were just asking for a player swap then. I'm not sure if it was to replace Mackie, whose ping has been fluctuating beyond the limits which are usually acceptable, looking at something like 180 ping occasionally. Seems to have settled down back onto about 80 ping now, so I think we'll be alright for the remainder of the match. The drones are set up for the attackers mostly around CC area again. But the setup from LAGr kind of is reinforced. We've got one on garage reinforced as well, which I kind of like, and a bit of late setup going on my side to just make sure that they can't just push into construction too easily. In fact, this is really late setup. I think maybe both of these walls are about to get reinforced.
Hey, Pig, just gotta give a little quick shout out to the PC Rabbit team in chat. Supporting the boys.
The what?
Our PC team.
What are they in the chat?
Yeah.
Nice. Welcome to the chat, boys. You're gonna be laughing at all of our aim, but what do you expect? Ooh, Finn fully flashed and he gets picked up. That's pretty unlucky to be stuck in that position, fully flashed like that. He goes down early, but a minute wasted isn't the worst position to be in. Some fairly decent drone work coming in from Lite just to find out. And oh, Brew gets a lovely wall bang onto Freezy there of the Twitch. I don't know if that was intentional, that he knew someone was there, or if he just went for it, but that was nice. I almost thought that was a defender then who was about to pick up a double kill. Brew gets, speaking of double kills, Brew gets one for himself, and he almost nabs himself a triple kill. Ash is there to try trade him out, and I have no idea how he didn't get him. Frey makes an aggressive peek. Shouldn't be doing that smoke, Frey, but you do it anyway. Now we're back into an even man count, and Ash actually looks like she could be on site. No, she's not quite on site, she's in construction.
Stun grenade out.
Slightly flashes herself, but I think they know this players are in construction and they're trying to peek the Ash. She is alone in construction, so if they can pick her off, there's not going to be any trades really coming through. Brew is that player who's trying to take these gunfights to them on a triple kill for the round, so we'll see if he can do anything with it. Players do have sight now, but LAGr are choosing to just hold this kind of deep. And I don't think they know
Two
fast
C4s
going
another
down.
one. I'd like to see them drop and play below.
3v2 now. Attacker, Favour is on the terms of the attackers here. They now know her position in bathroom, and oh, that's unlucky that Maki gets one more, and he gets a triple kill on the round, and Omega goes down, meaning that it's a 2-2 split.
A little bit unfortunate there for LAGr again. Another really close gym defense. They'll feel hard done by that. They didn't get something out of that one.
Unfortunately, we've still got quite a few complaints in the chat about the ping of some of the Team Lite players between Frenzy and Maki. Apparently, it's spiking pretty hard, and considering Maki's coming in with clutches like that, that's pretty bad. I mean, you look at both teams, the pings are not stable at all, so I don't think it's the fault of Lite. It's just a little bit unlucky that they're the ones who are going beyond limits.
Oh yeah, it does ping work. Keeps spiking.
I mean,
like
yeah,
200 plus.
140, 200 plus is...
It is frustrating to play against, to be fair.
Yeah. It really is, and...
Deploying ADS. Wall secured! Deploying magnet!
Camera feed up and running.
You can worry less about grenades.
10 seconds to go.
Device placed.
5 seconds remaining. Attacker's objective is to locate a bomb and defuse it.
Device position.
So the offer I've given them is they can rehost now and find a sub for the player, a frenzy, or they have to finish the match and we can review it afterwards and see if we need to do anything further. But for now, we're just gonna finish the match until. Yeah, I mean, people are saying the rehosting's out of hand, but I mean, we're in a position now where there's really not many other options.
Yeah.
You play against pingers or you rehost. Like, I don't know what else to suggest here. Looks like a pretty similar strategy than what they did before with this wall, except they don't have the Twitch this time to follow up on the bandit batteries, but interestingly, the single bandit battery is there to do the same work. Okay, but they finally get rid of it. I don't think bandit's going to attempt any tricking here, but they have a nice shield placement. They should help them deal with the breach even when it's over.
Drone activated. Watch for the blast.
Target detected.
Deploying magnet. Magnet ready.
Target located.
Omega getting really close to Ash there. I'm not sure why the Ash didn't actually follow up there. Could have got the kill. Oh, well, but he does get a nice flick onto Finn.
Reloading mag.
Bree's taking some bullets as well, but does find Rusty Nipple before he goes down. Pretty good play from him, staying on rafters. John's in a pretty sticky spot here, and he finally does go down, but with only 48 seconds, I think he's done his job. LAGr is there to play bottom garage as well, which I like. Frey picks himself up a kill onto Frenzy. That's one of the big players for thingy down, Light down. Frey now gets to use his smokes. Macy gets a double kill, and Frey goes down to the player below. It's now a 2v3. He does know there's a player rafters, but the player rafters picks him up. I think that's going to be traded out, and the attackers win the round. Well played for him then to secure that round. It was kind of back and forth, but eventually it just came down to gunfights and they won it.
Yeah, close round again. What's the score on it now? 3-2. Are they 3-2 up? Yeah, LAGr really good at winning this next round.
It's now 2-3, yeah, on defense, and it's not going well. I think it's a shame that we're having issues with ping and stuff like that, because it's basically meaning that this has now become a mental game.
Yeah, it's psychological now too. Like that's on your mind every time you die now.
Every time you die, you're gonna say it's ping, and it's a shame. And you guys probably have noticed, people who are watching this stream, I'm trying to get up the scoreboard briefly after every single kill, just so we can check if ping is actually gonna have that big of an impact on this game. So far that round, it seemed to be fine. The peak ping was about 80, which isn't great, but it's not the worst. Probably not influencing the round as much as you would think when it's about 80 ping. But back to the game. It looks like they're going to go for a more standard armory hold here. Castle being used downstairs this time instead of upstairs to help with the top floor room. And we have some more shields. We have Wami come into play now and Smoke with a shield. So a bit more of a meta play here.
Yeah, I think more of an anchor strat going to come out here. Less of a roam presence, I would say.
I'd like to see if anybody attempts the roam at all, or if this is just a straight up 5-man basement hold. From what I can see, it is going to be
maybe
an anchor.
you'll have a player or two upstairs to start, and they'll fall back quickly. I don't think they're going to try and get any kills. It'll just be to waste a little bit of time.
See you on the other side.
Targets detected. Stay clear of APS. Targets detected. Basement. Planting panic watch.
Okay.
Mounted online. Found one. Basement. Frag grenade out. Hostiles found.
I've told Frenzy that he needs to leave because his ping is just too high now. Pretty much constantly above 150 for a good 30 seconds now. So if he can sort that out, that would be great.
Get back fucking ASAP.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is.
I mean, this is the perfect time to do it at the beginning of a round. Yeah, it's peak because you have to take a loss, but at least it means that you might be able to get in for the next round. Back to the game though, Frey is doing a pretty good job of just holding trench. He's got his shields up, he's got the canisters in pocket to deny any pushes, but his shield has just been destroyed. No, it hasn't, it's still there. He's just ignoring this drone though because he does not want to get snuck up on. Finally gets it.
Attackers have recovered their diffuser.
And now Finn's here to help him too. This is kind of crazy that they're focusing this much on dirt, although it's warranted because there's 2 players there, so you kind of do need it. Thermite looks like he's going to rotate back up. Frenzy's sitting on 200 ping, which is brilliant. He can't even run. Yeah, this guy needs to leave and resize into. This is a bit ridiculous. Now 490 ping. If this round goes in favor of Lite, I'm going to rehost with LAGr with a round here, and then I'm going to give him a chance to reset his Wi-Fi. At the moment though, we are looking 4v4, and Frey and Rex picking up one. Rex getting one more. Speedy picks up one, Frey for a double kill on the round. It's now 1v2 with Frenzy, the last player alive. He's on extremely low health, so he's probably not going to get this, and Rex picks up one more. Well played from LAGr to get that round. It was kind of going either way for a long time, but a lot of kills suddenly at the end meant that LAGr just cleaned it all up.
Yep, nice crossfires held.
I'm giving them one more round to sort out this ping and shoot. If they don't respond within a round, then unfortunately this match is going to be forfeited from Lite, because in the current state of things this is pretty unplayable.
Yeah, it is pretty dumb. It's constantly
Okay.
over like
He's
200
left.
to 300.
So we're now in a bit of position. This is not ideal at all for Lite, and you know, I apologise if this is the way it has to be for you, but it's unfair to carry on the game when a player's connection is affecting the game that much. Hopefully they can still make some plays as a 4-stack. You know, being a player down is hard, but if you can get an early pick, then you know, over the course of 1 or 2 rounds, which is hopefully the time that it takes to get back, then it shouldn't make too much of an impact on the game.
Yeah, hopefully he'll be back with before the next
10
round
seconds
starts.
left.
For some reason I can't spectate Finn. Oh, it's because his drone is dead.
Attackers must
3-3 at the split is pretty good for Club. It's kind of nearer the end of not good than good, but it's not the worst.
Yeah,
If they'd
I think-
lost more than they won, I would be pretty worried, but 3-3 is pretty good.
Yeah, I don't think either team will be too bothered about the 3-3 split.
Yeah, and LAGr have decided to ditch the Maverick in favour of a Hibana, which is interesting because now they're going to have to focus a lot on getting the breach open in not an unconventional way, but a way that requires a bit more coordination, a bit more pre-planning. And with Thatcher off the board, that is going to be kind of difficult. It doesn't look like they're actually set up at all to do this, although, here we go, here's Sophia below to do that, and she does get one. I'm hoping she's not going to make the mistake of rotating away here, because the bandit can still trick. And that's exactly what he's going to do, although I think he's missed his opportunity. That's unfortunate. Maybe he didn't quite hit the breach being placed there, or maybe he just kind of second guessed it because he was being held from below potentially. Doc playing rafters now, and he's just been fully flashed, so I think a player's going to come up the stairs and finish him off. He has done that. That's Finn on the Ash. It's now 5v3. Not an ideal situation at all. It's going to take some aggressive plays, and Finn on, Frey on, no, it's a Mega on the rappel picking up Amazar there. No, sorry, that was Mackie. So one of their best fraggers off the board. We're now looking at Rusty Nipple, who's currently on a donut, and Speedy as the last players alive. I don't think there's any C4s in hand for them to be able to get this. No, there's not. The plant will go down, and the Valkyrie's going to have to rotate up red stairs. The 4 players alive, this is pretty much unlosable, and that's exactly what we see. There goes Frey picking up a kill onto Speedy.
Yeah, a little bit unfortunate that the defenders are stuck with 4 men now as opposed to 5. I would now, I think, be quite surprised if LAGr didn't win this.
Yeah. Yeah, Lite have just asked for a sub because they're not going to be able to fix this, but the current LAGr captain is saying that they do not wish to use their rehost to let Lite get a player in, which is a little bit unsportsmanlike, to be honest, but it is their choice. That's what they want to do. That's on them. So
it's a bit of both though. Like, don't bring a player in that's going to sit on 300 ping the whole game, you know?
Attackers need to locate and defuse bombs.
Yeah, I expect that they probably know as well that his ping is an issue when you're got ping like that, it's usually an issue that isn't just from one game. It is usually something that is a common thing. So I can get the frustration from
past experience in Rejuvenation League where we played against high ping and it was consistently high. Like
yeah. Yeah, so you know, take from that what you will. LAGr are going to be continuing this game as a 5v4 unless Frenzy can join back with better ping. But from the sounds of it, Lite are just saying that they're not even going to bother because they know his ping isn't going to drop.
Attackers are moving to defuse a bomb.
Yeah, part of me says they can only blame themselves for trying in the first place to get a player in whose ping is going to be that high, but it is what it is. We'll get back to the match. We'll try to do our best to cast this as if it were a real match, but I think a lot of people are now aware that it's a very uneven playing field.
well, I mean, I wouldn't write them off completely. You know, I've seen teams with force. It's almost like a red card in football sometimes. So you almost play a little bit tighter. Oh, there you go. He is actually back in the game. Just keep an eye on him.
Yeah, we'll keep an eye on his ping through this round, and if he settles, then he'll be allowed to carry on. At the moment, it is not. She's still looking at about 140 ping, but it's dropping still. Okay, we're now in a 5v3, and this looks like it could be a repeat of the last round. An early pick coming in on the side of LAGr means that Lite have a huge amount to find. They actually have a clash on the board, which I did not see from before. That's Amazar. I like the idea, but now that they were man down, I actually think this is going to hurt them more than it's going to help them because they only have 2 guns against 5. A little bit of damage taken off the board from a lot of the players though, and Rusty Nipple gets a pick. Not sure quite where that was. Down below on the roam, flexing that black ice on the 416. Nobody seems to be going to contest him though. I think they're just thinking, why don't we just leave him there? And Bandit's actually now below as well, so that I think now they're just gonna, I mean, I like what they're doing. The C4's a good idea, but now they know that both players are below, so they can just flood site, I think, and that's exactly what they've done. Not sure where this clash has gone back to. She's still in cash, so she has some site control, but this is going to be dependent on how LAGr decide to finally execute here. Finn, the Ash player, actually does have diffuser, and he's going for a plant finally. Trade's coming in, and now it's all on Brew and Omega to get this. The Clash is still doing a lot of work actually to stop them getting this plant down. He's now going to retreat as much as he can and just make some callouts for this LAGr player. I think he knows he's in a pretty tough spot. He's kind of flinching around all over the place. I think he knows he needs a pick here. And he gets it. That's a double kill for him on the round. And now it's a 1v1. He's going to play aggressive on this, I think. Looks like Brew is going for that last rotate, going for the kill maybe. Not sure quite what he's doing. I think he knows where he is. And he gets it, Brew, with the clutch. Very nicely done. Somehow controls the bearing 9 and picks up the LAGr, making it 5-3 now. From what I can see now, Frenzy's ping is stabilized quite nicely. Not even the highest on his team anymore. Well, as I say that. Okay, we'll have to keep an eye on this for another round. If we force him to leave, it will be up to LAGr what to do here.
Attackers need to locate and defuse
again
bombs.
If they want to rehost and allow them to take a sub. You are allowed a sub, but they still have subs left to use, but yeah, they don't have any rehosts left to make that sub, so it's kind of just up to LAGr if they want to let them do that.
What are our sub rules? How many can you make on that?
You can make up to 3 across the whole series of a BO3, so you could You could make all three after one map, or you could do one per map. But yeah, obviously
10 seconds left
subs
before
mid
insertion.
game, I didn't really plan for, but
5
my
Yeah.
thinking is that you need to use your rehost to make a sub, and since they've already used theirs
Yeah,
right at the start,
I
um,
would
use a
agree.
bomb.
Now you
Yeah.
see me? Now you don't.
Admit, like, you would never see in Pro League a mid-game sub. Like,
yeah.
that's
Yeah.
not a thing, you know.
LAGr looking pretty strong so far. They've won the first 2 attack rounds, which you do not see every day on Clubhouse. This streak of being pretty dominant on attack, then they probably will win this game 7-4, 7-3 maybe if they're lucky. But they're now attacking a new site that they haven't attacked before, so depends how effective they are attacking Armory as well as they are attacking CC.
Position to knock it down. Clear.
At the moment, we actually only have 3 players from Lite on site, and I do not know where the others are. We have Vigil playing over by Strip, and he's making his way back over. And we also have Castle up in Gym. The way LAGr are attacking these players aren't going to be super influential as long as they play smart and they hold their flanks. Because it's a stock take. And maybe a kitchen take, but again, kitchen isn't particularly exposed to flanks from the strip area, if you hold the flanks correctly. Looks like some players have dropped down into site, and they actually have site control. They're gonna just drop hard and go for the plant here. A lot of players aren't really sure where to hold because they've been given this for free, basically. Nice kill from Omega and Jordan coming through. 5v2 now. This could be a flawless round. Unless Speedy and Mackie have something to say about this. They're not in the greatest positions being off-site to make this play work, though. LAGr does get taken out as he tries to get back to site, and now it's just on Speedy, who eats a load of damage from Finn and finally goes down as well. That's a flawless round for LAGr, and match point as well.
Really strange rounds there. I mean, 2 defenders from Light on the roam and having pretty much no presence on the map. I think LAGr completely ignored them both and just took the site. I mean, I don't know if that's bad roaming or...
Yeah, I think it was LAGr just deciding that they wanted to hit site directly through stock and blue, and after a little bit of droning, just realizing that they could isolate 1vx's and just take them out, and it's exactly what they did. They managed to execute 3 players on site pretty quickly, and then just yeah. That's the thing with the SSG strat which can go wrong. I know that wasn't SSG, but this is kind of relevant. Is that when you lose the site players, you're kind of fucked. You have to drop in really good timing. It has to be practiced, and that's kind of what happened there. Like, LAGr and Castle was so far off site by the time they could even react to the push that it just meant that the roam was just pointless. It was basically a 3v5 that whole round because they just did nothing. They obviously did not like their armory hold, and they're going to prefer to go back to CC. I think that's smart. I think they were closer with their CC defenses. A couple of them were done in 4v5s as well from the start, and they were pretty close. So starting at 5v5, they could maybe get around on the board here. But match point to LAGr, they're going to have to win 3 on the bounce, which would include a gym, bedroom hold, and to be honest, I don't see it happening.
No, neither do I. I think it would take something really, really special now from Light to pull it back to OT.
Yeah, and it's actually a real shame that the game has gone to this because I was really hyped for this match, and it's kind of been...
Yeah, it's been a super closely
anti-hyped
contested game.
All because of one sub that is just completely... Yeah, I mean...
Yeah, that's the frustrating thing too, is that the man was
ping.
subbed in, like, it was fine for the first 2 maps,
Yeah,
and you
they
sub
should
in
have
a
just...
guy with 300 ping, you know?
Yeah. even one of their players is sat on 80 constant ping, which isn't ideal, but that's been like that for the whole series, so there's not been any complaints on the other two maps, so I don't see why there would be now.
The attacker's bomb diffuser has been dropped.
Speaking about the round, though, 2 early picks onto Ash and Sophia. I mean, there's no soft breach left other than Rex on the sledge. Double hard breach still in play, though. But with the Clash holding rafters, they're gonna have to do something pretty, I don't know, pretty wild here, I think, if they're gonna get anything from this.
Clearing the way.
Brew really fancies himself with this bearing 9 in hand. Oh, excuse me, I have the hiccups.
Oh dear.
Hopefully they'll go. Eating a lot of bullets, Jordan, there from the Mozzie. Clash is a madman. Gets himself finished easily there, and so's Frenzy on the Mozzie trying to go for a C4. Jordan's just brought his team straight back into this. Whoa, but that's a nice flank from the LAGr, and he picks up both players. Unfortunately, Brew really coming through to bring that back, but I just think the man advantage was too low from the start to really make any difference there. It's a good start for Lite if they're going to make a comeback.
Yeah,
but,
we'll
again,
see.
I'm still not convinced, to be honest. And actually, to be honest, I'm hoping that none of the teams are listening to this, firstly because that would be stream sniping, and also because that'd spoil it for them. I think I'm going to give this to LAGr anyway. This guy's ping is way too high.
Yeah, look
Like,
at it, man.
even if they lose, this series is over, but we might as well let them finish the match. So apologies for all the spectators there. I've just spoiled that for you. It kind of makes watching the rest of this game pointless, but it's not fair to force either team to be playing on this. I mean, I think servers are pretty bad today anyway. Like, a lot of players' ping seem to be fluctuating. Just most of them peak within reasonable limits.
Yeah, they pick at like 80 or something, yeah.
Yeah, like, most of LAGr players is changing quite often, maybe peaking at like 40, 50. And a couple of Lite players it's the same, but yeah, I don't know. It is what it is. It's a shame that we have to finish like this, but I'm looking forward to some more nice shots that we've seen so far. Speedy going with the Clash again. Lite might just be kind of thinking, fuck it, let's just make some strats on the fly, because they've got Mirror, Clash, Castle, LAGr, Bandit. I've never seen anything like that. Although, a good friend of mine named Brew LAGr did tell me that he thinks that Clash is going to be pretty meta now for Club because of the impact she has on drone holes. I'm not sure if that's what Lite have planned, but from the positioning of Clash, it might be.
It was maybe Giants. It was some APAC team that first did exactly what he's doing, just standing in front of the drone hole with the Clash shield there.
Doesn't actually look like the Clash is aware that that's a thing. He just rotated straight away from the drone hole, even though flashes are coming in. So, I don't know. They might want to bait LAGr into opening that wall because of the mirror. But that would surprise me, to be honest. They're not able to get these Bandit batteries, which is why I was confused earlier about the Hibana Thermite, not the Hibana, the Thermite Maverick, because Maverick would make light work of this. And actually, they've decided that it's not worth the time and effort. They're just going to leave Jacuzzi. They're going to go somewhere else. It could be a straight gym push and plant, but they have to drone this properly, because if they miss this castle and this Clash, they are not going to get very far at all. I've just noticed Finn is also playing the Monty, which is pretty cool. If the Monty plays this right, he can probably do quite a lot for them. Brew gets a pick onto Macy. It's a nice kill. And then a second onto someone else. Traded back from Amazar though, and now LAGr have sight. The castle barricade in gym is stopping them from denying this plant as it goes down. The Clash puts her shield up, and now it's just Clash Mirror and Bandit. Clash finally getting her weapon out. Down goes the Mirror, down goes the Bandit. It's just a Clash in a 1v4. This is probably the game, and a nice little Monty yeet to finish off the match.
There we go. A little bit of a shame that it ended the way it did, but a close series the whole way through.
Right, well, I'm pretty tired and I'm starving, so I'm going to call this pretty early. Thanks everybody for checking in. Congratulations to LAGr for going ahead there, and commiserations to Team Lite for being knocked out in such a disappointing manner. You have the league to look forward to, so don't be too disheartened. Thanks for tuning in, everyone. Goodbye.